And we are live. There it is. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Yeah, as the title says, it's my birthday. So yay to me or something. I don't know. I'm not very particularly good at birthdays. I don't have to jump at the sound alerts. I don't have to jump at the sound alerts. Metal Slave already jumping in here as soon as I go live with 100 says happy birthday, Minky. Hey, thank you, Metal Slave. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Yeah, I was going to play this sound alert just as she scared the crap out of me. That's my birthday sound alert. Gamers, hardcore gamers will understand that one. But yeah. This weekend was interesting. Always busy, always got something going on. Also, shout out to our Canadian brethren for choking at their own sport, choking at the one thing that they're good at. Well, they're good at choking on two things, but
Oh my God!
Thank you. I'm gonna get caught up on all of these super chats in a second. You guys are insane. Yeah, shout out to our Canadian brethren for choking at hockey, both male and female. I guess it goes without saying, America number one.
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way.
Yep.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
So shout out, we won at hockey in the Olympics because we're the best. Shout out. I could not imagine being Canadian. I never want to imagine being Canadian. It's not a real country, and even people that are Canadian who don't want to be Canadian. Shout out to my Canadian brethren in the chat. Okay, that's all. I know I actually had somebody message me one time. I'm not gonna say who it was because they're pretty chill now, but they were very upset with me one time for making fun of Canada. Listen, I get wanting to be patriotic for your country, but I don't even, it's like French adjacent. I can only do so much.
No.
All right. I'm gonna say hi to as many people as I can in chat. Also, we got acknowledged first in chat. Naruto the 7th. It's been a little bit, so I'm gonna give it to you. Your soul's glowing, buddy.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul
No.
baby. Feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul.
Oh my god. I can only imagine that was Frank. I can only imagine that was Frank. Thank you, Frank. I'll get to your thing in a second. I got a lot of super chats and stuff I got to catch up on. I just want to say hi to people. Hello, what's up, Ladybug? Turd. I know I saw Rough Night, Fifth Down Sports, Naruto the 7th Mod Extraordinaire, Turd Ferguson Mod Extraordinaire as well. Fifth Down Sports, Mark Andre Roy, shout out, bro. Appreciate the message earlier. Yarl, bro, Blue Ridge Bear, X in Wonderland, Michael Moose, Andre CR, Tommy, Irish Whips and Arm Drags, Gunho Mac. Hello, sissy. Good to see you. Paulo Monopoly says, fuck it, lights out. I'm keeping the lights on. The lights stay on. The lights stay on today. War Wizard says, please let the sound alerts be on. They are on. Andreas the Collector, Steel Leg of History, shout out. Good to see you, bro. Donna Hall, Son of Sanguinus. We got the whole crew here. I know we got Frank the Tank in chat, Scrap Iron, Random Ray. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys are doing well. Appreciate you. All right, let me get caught up on these these super chats and these Streamlabs, and then we're just gonna chill. It's gonna be a chill stream. I'm really tempted to try out this game called Soul Frame. I know some of you guys have probably already heard of it. There's like some early access stuff to it. It's by the same company that made Warframe, but it's like a medieval setting. It's not even the same game. It's just called Soul Frame. And I'm kind of curious about it. I kind of want to check it out. So shout out to our boy Josiah Rises. I want to play this with him, and he sent me a code to get early access to it. Real quick, Frank the Tank over on Streamlabs for 50 says happy birthday, Meek. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Says Canada trash, America number one.
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day. What the fuck is a kilometer?
Shout out. Appreciate you, Frank. Thank you for the 50. And then over on Cash App, which I don't normally get those, so I'll shout out. Our boy Scrap Iron says happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate you, Scrap Iron. Thank you. All right, let me get caught up on super chats. I'm super behind and I don't want them to start disappearing on me. X and Wonderland, if I missed your super chat, please let me know and I'll try to get to it. X and Wonderland for 2 says Meek makes a Meek makes a birth a day. Thank you. War Wizard for 199 says birthday cake stream. Let's fucking go. I'm not eating, guys.
No.
I'm not eating a birthday cake today. Okay. I literally am on a diet. I have been faithful on this diet for so long. Listen, I shouldn't tell you this. I fixed my camera. I shouldn't tell you this because you guys will make fun of me about it, but I'm going to tell you anyways. A little candid confession here. I have stress dreams about breaking my diet. Oh my God. The Fright Mike streams have me so conditioned to expect scary sounds. Fucking hell. Thank you very much. I have stress dreams about breaking my diet. Not like, oh man, I just want food. I have stress dreams that I'm worried that I'm gonna break my diet. I had a dream like a couple weeks ago that I was at a party and I ate like 2 slices of pizza and then remembered I was on a diet and I was really upset in the dream. A couple nights ago had a dream that I was like so desperate for like sweets that I went out and ate like raw oats and chocolate chips. Raw oats, like oatmeal, uncooked oatmeal, just handfuls of raw oats and chocolate chips. There was another night where I had a dream where I ate tortillas. No, I was eating tortilla chips and then remembered, oh fuck, I'm on a diet. I screwed up. I've completely ruined my diet now. I have to go back to square one. Guys, it's a real problem. So no cake stream. As much as I would love to have indulged and like treated myself, I can't do it because I'm trying to stay faithful. Okay. War Wizard, thank you for the 199. Appreciate you. X Wonderland for 5 says, love makes a day birth happy a me. Love makes a day birth happy a meek. Thank you for the 5. Fucking hell. Mark Andre Roy for 199 says, Daya makes a birth.
Thank you for your patronage.
Daya makes a birth a happy home love house. I fucking hate you guys so much. Darth Bane, thank you for the 199. Darth Bane for 5 says happy birthday, Mike. Aw, thank you. Ladybug for 5 says happy birthday, Meek. Thank you, Ladybug. Appreciate you. Shout out to Darth Bane. Leon for 5 says, Meeky, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Meeky. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to go, but that's how I sang it. So thank you for the 5. Frank the Tank just gifted 5 gifted memberships. Shout out. Thank you. Thank you. Andre CR for 10,000 CRC. I don't know what kind of currency that is, but I appreciate you. Says birthdays are gay. I agree. I don't have a good relationship with birthdays. So, Son of Sanguinus for 50 says happy birthday, Mick. Hey, shout out. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 50. Typical Hijinks for 50 says happy birthday, Meek. You are my favorite streamer with diabetes. God bless. Huh?
Diabetes.
What does that mean?
Diabetes.
I don't have diabetes. I don't have diabetes. Thank you though. I think you might have me mistaken for another streamer. Thank you though. Aurelio for 109 says Feliz Cumpleaños Compañero y Dios te bendiga.
Huh?
I don't speak Spanish.
America. Cerveza cristal. Cerveza cristal.
But thank you, Aurelio. I assume it was a nice thing. Little Jim Taylor over 2 says Mickey Ventura in the Baja with a Cerveza Cristal.
Cerveza cristal. Cerveza cristal.
Shout out to Drunk 3PO and Jonas for coming up with that meme. The Mass Marvel for 5 says it is your birthday. It is. That is a fact. Deborah Perkins, welcome to the Meek. Shout out. Thank you for becoming a member. This was the sound I meant to play. I'm sorry, Deborah. I literally hit the wrong sound. Oh no, hold on. I'm about to get yelled at. Yep. I know exactly what just came in. I just got a message on my phone. I know exactly what this is. All right, that was nice. I just got a message from somebody who translated it for me, but they said it in a nice way. I was waiting for them to yell at me because the last time I tried to pronounce something in Spanish, it sounded so bad. I got a message yelling at me for how bad my Spanish was. So that's racist. Shout out, thank you, appreciate it. And then yeah, thank you for the birthday wishes and the God bless. I do appreciate that. Laura Botham member for 21 months says, so birthday cake stream, right? I can't eat a birthday cake. I can't do it. The last time I went on a diet was right before the last year's cake stream, and that is what threw me off of my diet. It like reactivated all of the cake addiction. So, Steel Leg of History member for 19 months. Thank you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Happy birthday, and thank you for all you've done for me. You've been a great friend, someone I could talk to when I need to. Have a blessed birthday. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Be blessed as well. Thank you always for the blessings and the prayers. Appreciate you. Harbinger, member for 9 months, says this birthday stream is no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, just chicken grease, soul, and a lot of BDs with Afro. I don't have diabetes. Happy birthday, brother. Thank you. I don't have diabetes, but thank you. I appreciate that. I don't have diabetes. I don't have diabetes. Brain damage autist member for 6 months says happy birthday. My birthday gift is the past 6 months of membership. Hope the family as well. Don't do a cake stream. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, being a member, I very much appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Brian Kettershaw for 5 says happy birthday, me. Pay the birthday tax. There's no birthday tax, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Epic Mazda in the house for 2 says, where's the hot tub stream if it's your birthday? I don't have a hot tub anywhere near me. And to be honest, nobody wants to see me in a hot tub. Nobody wants to see that. War Wizard for 109 says, happy birthday. Shame about the game, though. Thank you, War Wizard. Mountain Muff for 5 says, these are going to kill me, dude. Birth makes home Meek a love house. Thank you, Mountain, for the 5. I appreciate it. Giles McCoy for 10 says, if Canada had become the 51st state, they'd have a gold medal right now. It's true. Maybe next time. Doubt it. Happy birthday, Meek. Take this sawbucks and get a couple 9 volts. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Giles McCoy. War Wizard for 5 says, raw oats, tortilla chips. Meek, you're not worried about cheating on your diet. You're worried about becoming a horse. It is the year of the horse. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's what's happening. Brandon Kitchens for 2 says, happy birthday to you, Mike, from me and my family. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Mr. Philip Chan. Oh my goodness. Do I have a racist Asian sound? Hold on. Wait. Do I have one? I don't think I have. Hold on. Wait.
Emotional damage.
That's the closest I have. They're in another folder, and I didn't have the folder open. For $36 says, tell the chat I'm not gay and I don't like Fuda, clowns, or gorillas. Oh, happy birthday. Chat, I'm not saying, listen. How do I say this without lying to the chat? The assumptions about Phil being gay, liking Fudas, clowns, gorillas, we shouldn't spread rumors. We should only ever deal in absolutes and facts. Now, I'm sure if you go check on Phil's channel, if you go watch his content, you will not see any evidence that he is gay, that he is into Fudas or clowns or gorillas. I'm sure there is zero evidence of that on Phil's channel. Zero. But if there is, well,
not.
Why is it saying Phil's was deleted? I don't know. I can still see Phil's chat. I don't know why it said that. That's weird. That's very weird. But yeah, there we go. War Wizard 499 says, tell Phil he's super gay. Phil, you're gay. CR for 1,000 says, Mikishi Fatu, happy 1 year less of life, Bretta. Hey, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I did it for the rock. I did it for the people. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Meek shows his cake on stream. I'm not showing my ass on stream. There's not enough money in the world. Demodulai for 2 says, happy birthday, young fella. HBD, birthday, fella. You don't get any older, you get better. Hey, shout out. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the 2. Yeah, absolute. Absolutes, that sounds like a Sith. Phil is, yeah. Phil says he likes the P lady. Yeah, he's not gay. That's just the way his live-in male companion likes him.
Not.
I'm on mod myself. You can't do that, Phil. You're not allowed to. You're stuck here as a mod forever. Phil's cousin for 5 says the assumptions about Phil aren't assumptions. Just saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. We only should deal in facts. And if it happens to be that Phil has said some things that have led to not allegations, but factually correct statements about him being gay and into Fudas and all these other things, well, then I can't do anything to help him. But yeah. Official Cerveza Cristal says, welcome to America. We will use any excuse to drink. Hey,
If you would join us.
you're not wrong. You're not fucking wrong. Did somebody say I was muted? I can't trust that. Feliz cumpleaños, cumpleaños, amigo. I think that's a nice thing, so I'm going to assume it is. I'm going to assume it was. Was it Sevi? What for what? Wait, what was the question? Sorry. I'm so fucking behind. Hey, what's up, Camelot? Says, happy birthday, Mike. Thank you, my friend. I hope you're doing well, man. Shout out to Camelot. Much love to you, bro. Much love to you, man. Now everybody's speaking Spanish to be in chat. I don't speak Spanish. Kilroy says, happy birthday. Congratulations on doing the one thing 100% of everybody has done. Hey, shout out. That's true. Well, what? Reactivated his dormant sugar reserves. It did. It activated like all the gut biomes that desperately crave sugar. I was having horrible sugar cravings and stuff after eating that cake last year. I just can't give into it. I even tested it out and I got some like keto like cookies and stuff to like test them out and be like, all right, what do I think? And like I had one, and then I was like, fuck, I gotta eat more of these. I'm so like, I want sweets. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta stay away from this stuff because they're just so addictive. The only thing that I indulge in is I will have a protein shake in the morning that's like vanilla flavored, or yeah, like vanilla flavored protein shakes. That's like my one treat, I guess. But yeah, I just can't do it. So Snow Blackheart says happy birthday, Mike, and many more to come, my man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dude. Apollo Monopoly says speak for yourself, take it off. No, I'm not taking off my clothes on stream. I won't do it. I'm gonna stay dressed.
Not.
I'm gonna stay dressed. Fuck, that scared me bad, dude. I'm guessing that was probably Frank again. I'm super behind on chat. Hold on, let me catch up. Hey, what's up, lady Aaron D? Good to see you. I almost call her Aaron ND. Aaron in the house. What's up, Jimmy Collins? So no glass chair stream for the birthday. No, that's no, I don't think. No, thank you. No thanks. Oh. The Rough Nights over on Streamlabs for 50. They sent me an encrypted message. They sent me an encrypted message. But I know that whatever the message says, it's full of love. And it's deeply, deeply kind and sweet. Thank you, the Rough Nights, for also scaring the shit out of me on my birthday. Maybe my last birthday now. Berkheimer says, happy birthday, you big dumb idiot. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Hi, Makara. What's up, Draken Wolf? Liked for reading my chat. Hey, well, I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Keenan? Good to see you as well. Trying to read people. Meek, you missed Monday Hangover? Yeah, so we'll get into that in a second. I'll catch up. Son of Sanguinus for 5 says, my birthday gift to you is a recommendation for Fright Mike. Fatal Frame. Is that a scary game? I do take recommendations, so I'll put Fatal Frame on the list. Valenturd says, I've been trying to get myself unmodded for months, not even making what became this thumbnail. Yeah, Turd was voted in by chat as a mod, and it wouldn't matter if Turd literally told me that his life or the life of someone near and dear to him relied on him not being a mod anymore. I would not unmod him. It is an eternal punishment for Turd to become a mod. If every single person in my life, every single mod I've ever had, I fell out with, was no longer friends with, never spoke to them again. If this channel was completely defunct, I would occasionally routinely log back into it. I would occasionally log back into it just to ensure that Turd is still a mod on my channel. Turd will always be a mod on my channel. Crazy Clown Town for 5 says, here's to the donkey fund. Oh my God. I really hate that sound alert. Here's to the donkey fund so you can show it off on stream. Happy birthday. The donkey? What donkey is that? Madney for 2 says, I scored 860 on my SAT. Am I black? Guess what, my friend? You are officially black now. Welcome to the club. Wait, where's my black sound? Wait.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Shut up. You're now officially black. Congratulations, Bill. Now you're a law. War Wizard for 109 says, fact, Phil has Fuda clowns on his Discord server. Phil, what are you doing? You can't ask me to defend you and then do things like this, Phil. I'm just saying. And then 3412AE. I don't know who that is, but shout out. Just gifted a channel membership. Thank you. Gifted it's Demogeni. Hey, welcome to the club. Welcome to the meet. Appreciate it. SDZ0 for 2 says, happy birthday, Meek. Paying the B-Day tax. There's no tax. Hopefully no one with Tourette's calls Mike words on live for his birthday. Well, that's why I stream alone. So the only person with Tourette's would be me. That's why I stream. Hunter says, I eat very little. Shit's hard to do. Swallowing's hard. Why is swallowing hard? Are you okay, Hunter? Are you sick right now? Irish said, Meek thought the ops were doing a drive-by. Here's the thing. I'm not. Listen, I live in a decent neighborhood. It's not like the nicest neighborhood, but even like I live right around the corner from the Rough Nights, and they could tell you the area we live in, it's pretty safe. Okay? Really not a lot of bad happening. You know, like really not a lot of bad happening in those neighborhoods. Okay? We pretty much keep it pretty chill around there. So, I like how Frank said no, just to confirm it wasn't him. The Rough Nights with another 50. You guys did not have to do that. Stop. So it said friendship tax unlocked. Love you, dude. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I am very, very, very honored and appreciative to be your friend for these many years. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate the hell out of you. Dragonwolf, member for 2 months, says, I love fear. Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy Collins, for the birthday wishes. JJ from New York for 20 says, happy birthday, Meek. Hope you and the family are well. Only just got home from work with the blizzard. I was only one of 3 people who got in today. We need P.O. Box deets now. I got fun stuff for you. I will get the P.O. Box done this week. I know I keep saying that, and then I keep forgetting because I have things come up. But I actually do have to go by the UPS place soon. I will get it done. I'm going to set up reminders, and then maybe I don't know, carve it into my skin. I'm going to remember to do this. What's up, John Ambler? Good to see you. I will get to it, and yeah, good luck. Praying for everybody on the East Coast getting hit by this blizzard. I've heard it's pretty bad, pretty rough. So I pray for your safety. I pray your lights stay on, your power stays on. I pray you all stay warm, and even if you are in a position where your power does go out, I hope you are able to find a place to go where you can stay warm and stay safe and stay fed. So, thank you, Gunpla Rozzy, for the happy birthday. I'm like a skinny Snorlax, so I'm nothing like Snorlax. I'm tired, though. When I wake up, I marinate my personality into the world. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hunter's having a good time. Paul Monopoly says, fuck, this thumbnail is hot. Okay. Zanaximus for 25 says, happy birthday to you, Mike. Anyway, play more games. Been enjoying some of Steam's Next Fest demos myself. I have not looked at Steam to see what demos are out there. So I will say this. I just completed a demo for Windrose. If you go to Steam, you can find it. It's a pirate. It's a demo for a pirate game that's coming out later this year. I played all of it. It's really entertaining. The thing, Benology was the one that mentioned it. So I was really, really not sure if it was going to be any good, but I did play it. It was enjoyable. The biggest problem and the thing that you need to know going into it that I did not know because Ben intentionally didn't tell me is that it has survival mechanics in the beginning. In order to get to your ship, you actually have to like build some things and like harvest equipment and stuff. There are like secrets, there are pirate zombies, stuff like that in the game as well. But yeah, you actually have to like, there are secrets and things you can find on the island, and it's a pretty decent demo. It shows you can get weapons and you can get clothing and like pirate stuff. And then yeah, once you get enough resources, you get your ship, and then you can go do ship combat. Ship combat's very similar to Black Flag combat. But it's still entertaining. I liked it for what it was. I enjoyed it. Once the game comes out, I'll probably play it more. So, I see Disparu in chat. I think I saw Disparu in chat. Did I see Disparu? I did see Disparu. When aliens come down to Earth and discover our bones from the impending apocalypse, all they will uncover is Turd's mod. Yes. See, Disparu gets it. They're like, this man was of some great importance. Like, whoever this man was, he was of some level of great importance because it is written in the history of humanity that he must maintain or stay a mod. And they don't even know what that means. They'll bring him back from death. They'll genetically like recreate him just so they can find out what was so important about him, just to discover he was just some fucking autistic guy on the internet that hated my guts. It means Beardo's black as well? No, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. Small Town Music Freak says, happy birthday, Mike. You share a birthday with one of my best friends. Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, listen, shout out. Happy birthday to your friend. Hold on, where's my... Apollo Monopoly says, my federal handlers have informed me that I don't, in fact, have a permanent inward pass. Yeah, nobody really does. Nobody really does. Well, now that Jesse Jackson's gone, some of us might have more leniency on that. Andre CR for 1,000 says, Señor Mick, ¿sabe dónde está el papa higienico? Something about my hygiene? What? I don't know what that means. Grok, what does that mean? Grok, translate that. In fact, actually, no. Grok, don't translate that. Whoever my translator is, hey, translator, can you translate that for me, please? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Is that Portuguese? Is that Portuguese? Someone Sanguinus just became a member. Hey, thank you. That's wild. The Golden Nugget says, I miss when Mike wasn't gay. I am not gay. I am not a gay person. I'm not a gay man. I am not. You are mistaken. The Nerdy Mechanic, hey, what's going on? For 20 says, happy birthday, Mike. Oh, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. Nerdy Mechanic, shout out. Much love to you. Appreciate you. You live in Detroit. That's not saying I don't live in Detroit. I don't live anywhere near Detroit. If I lived in Detroit, I would move away from Detroit as soon as I possibly could. Lord Both for 109 says, no cake of any kind, no glass chair. What the fuck are we doing? Hey, Stone Cold's Beer Cooler, give me a hell yeah. Says, happy birthday, my man. Hey, thank you. And thank you, Tony. Tony Ilias says, happy birthday as well. I appreciate that. You know you're cool, Black Meek. Thanks. I'm one of the good ones, huh? Zencat for 5 says, happy birthday, Meek. Oh, shout out. Thank you. Meek is busting caps to anyone who steps out of line. I try not to shoot people. You know, Wig Gore for 2 says, shout out. Happy birthday, Meek. Hey, shout out, Wig Gore. Oh, nice. Brandon Kitchen said, my white LG Ultra Gear 4K 144 hertz monitor came in over the weekend. Big upgrade from a flat screen TV. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Oh, Rough Night says, except for the serial killer from a few years ago, but he only liked jogging girls. That's true. Yeah, that actually is true. Fifth Down Sports says there's bad neighborhoods and there's Michigan bad neighborhoods. That is also true. Like, not that, like, maybe 20 minutes away from me, it gets bad. And it's pretty bad. Like, the worst kind of bad. But it's the way it is, it's kind of localized because there's enough distance between everything. Like, everybody stayed far enough away from the bad that it doesn't, like, bleed over. You know? It doesn't, like, bleed over in the same way. You know? Even our projects, like, where our nearest projects are, second nearest projects are, they built it in, like, a very rural area, and so, like, there isn't a lot to do out there. So it's kind of all localized bad. You know? That's how you want to do it. Put the poors together in the poor areas. Bad. But no, shout out, man. That's awesome. I think I told you guys, yeah, my monitor is pretty freaking decent. I was really happy to get this new monitor, and this monitor was such an upgrade over my other one because I was trying to, like, look for deals and all this stuff, and I was shopping for one, and I was like, all right. And I use AI for things, so you can yell at me all you want. I was using Grok to compare prices, and I asked it, to compare what my monitor was to the monitor I was looking at getting, and it basically laughed at me and said that my monitor was so out of date and so bad that any monitor that I could buy on the market today was better than the monitor I had. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's super not helpful. How's this monitor? It was like, this monitor is such an upgrade over your other one that the comparisons are like laughable. And then I got it, and then I played The Witcher for the first time on it, and I'd been already playing The Witcher on my computer, and so I had a comparison to the old monitor to the new one. Thank you. And it was not even close. I basically had been playing on like, I might as well have just been playing on like a potato, as far as like the quality was concerned. And the color scheme and everything. It was a huge upgrade. So Hassan Avocado King for 2 says, happy birthday, Meek. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Meatloaf cake stream win. You know, a meatloaf cake wouldn't be bad. But that's the thing. I don't think anybody wants to watch me eat meatloaf on stream. And I can't eat, well, it has to be meatloaf that doesn't have like oats in it. Because they have like, sometimes people put oats in it. Frank says, now I'll just be cold in my house. Frank, don't be cold. Stay warm, Frank. Disparu says, I wish that God controlled my electricity company. It'd be far cheaper, especially if it was Zeus. Yeah, just every so often he just throws a lightning bolt down to like refresh things. Do you guys have high utilities, Disparu? I can't imagine it's easier. I can't imagine it would be easy in England living in those like drafty houses, because like your houses are basically made of like brick and like plaster, like all of your houses, and aren't your houses like this big, like this wide? Let's look at British housing for a second. Let's see if we can get a tour. I remember a few years ago watching a video, I think it was Henry Cavill gave like a tour of his house, and when you look at it, you're like, hey, you're pretty well off. This is the size of you guys' houses when it's well off. Let me see here. Is this the house? No, that's not it. Here. Hold on. Let's see if I can find this.
Are you looking?
Here, you know what? We'll just pull up a random video. This is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna pull up a random video of a British house. Hello, you sound like you're from London. Yes, Mike, you've proven yourself to be one of the good ones when you refrained from robbing Sean Gunn in that elevator. I thought about it, so happy birthday is permissible. Hey, thank you. Tonberry Master for 50.
That's a huge bitch.
Well, let me get my sound. It says, happy birthday, Mink. Hey, thank you, Tonberry Master, for the 50. Thank you for the birthday wishes, man. Hey, Mike. Dr. Butcher says, talking to you from Canton, Michigan. Hey, shout out. You know you live in a nice neighborhood when your crime statistics include a serial killer. I will talk about the serial killer in a second, actually. Yeah, because that is important. Forsworn King for 20 says, definitely don't eat cake. You don't want to lose your other foot. Joke's on you. I don't have 2 feet. I mean, I have both of my feet.
No.
I have both of them. Giant meatball under 60 minutes. That's not a bad idea, actually. That kind of sounds good. I would do that. Remember, the best British houses are called council estates. Happy birthday. Hey, thank you. Hugh Laurie was a British house. Okay, that's pretty good. Our houses are built to keep the heat in, some more than others. British houses? Are they? Are they really? Are they really? That doesn't sound right. Chewbacca for 109 says glass chair fun. I'm not sitting on a glass chair. I refuse to show you those parts of my body. He doesn't have 2 feet. I do have 2 feet. Hold on, let me pull this up. Let's find out what's going on here. This is a British house. This is a 285 to 300K British house. All right, let's look at it.
Looking for a very pretty 1 double bedroom garden property in Central Park, East Ham. If you are, here's a beauty.
Hold on, wait. Is that the fucking neighbor's house?
in central
Hey, yo, look at that. What is this AB bullshit? What? That's your front door next to another front door. Why are they like that? Why are they touching tips? What if both of you want to get into the house at the same time? Hey, what's up, Kate? How you doing, bro? Shout out, man. What if you want to get into your house at the same time?
Not.
Oh, hello. I have to get in my house. And you go, oh, hello. I also have to get in my house. Because that's how they say house. House.
Not.
And then you both open the door at the same time? Smack into each other?
Central Park, East Ham. If you are, here's a beauty. Loads of period features, gorgeous wooden flooring, high ceilings, fireplace.
Look how
Here's
skinny these motherfucking hallways
high
is, bro.
ceilings, fireplace.
High ceilings? What are you talking about? That's like a regular ceiling in America. D-Man says, damn it, Mike, acknowledge me in my almost racist joke. I missed it. The neighbor's probably Muslim and loud as fuck. That's crazy, bro. London is Britain, like Paris is France, or LA is the US. Oh. Crikey, we have a bit of a pickle, don't we? And Kara says kinky? Damn. Smells like house. House.
If you would join us.
Look at these high ceilings. These maneuverable hallways. It's quite spacious in here.
Loads of period features.
Thank you for your patronage.
Gorgeous wooden flooring, high ceilings, fireplace. Here's the quiet at the rear double bedroom. Look out for the cat. Main bath.
Oh my god, I thought that was the video. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy crap, that scared me. I thought that was the video. I was like, what? Why does that sound going off? Oh shit. Thank you. Glenathan with 100 says, oh shit, this is gonna be rough. All right. Love house makes a home love house makes a home makes love a house home a home love makes house a love makes home and makes a home love house a makes house love home a makes love house a. Happy birthday, Mike. Thank you, Glenathan. I appreciate you, and thank you for the $100. Very kind, very generous.
That's a huge bitch.
Lost Brace Fan for 2 says, happy birthday, 5-pound bacon stream win. Dude, I'd eat 5 pounds of bacon. That sounds fucking good as hell. I could do a 5-pound bacon stream, yeah. Yeah. If I'm gonna go out, I want to go out eating bacon. I was gonna say something else and I realized how bad that was gonna sound. Fruit of the Mystery for 5 says, happy birthday. You see Vince McMahon dash cam video of him fleeing police and crashing? Also, keep saying something about him teaming up with the Saudis. Yeah, so I saw that he got in some kind of car crash and was like freaking out. I haven't watched the video yet, and I did see the rumor. I don't know if it's true, but the rumor is that Vince McMahon is teaming up with Saudis to buy WWE again, which is fucking wild. I don't know if I want that or not. I don't think he'd be better than Triple H at what's going on in WWE right now. So Turbo for 10 says, happy birthday, Mike. Hey, shout out. Thank you, Turbo. Appreciate you. The Horror Host for 5 says, Birmingham in the UK has had a garbage truck for almost a year now. It's very embarrassing, even for Birmingham. I'm Dave from Birmingham. Thank you for not wearing your birthday suit on stream. Well, according to some of the chat, they want me to. Mike would be sidestepping through this always, yeah. And even sidestepping, my ass would be scraping the wall. Scraping the wall. Mate, bro, you gotta chill on the crumpet speak. Well, listen, Z Highness, this is important. I hate how the British say the letters H and Z. Yeah. Birmingham in the UK. That's crazy. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look up Birmingham and see what they're doing with their
Not.
see what they have going on. I don't know who's better than WWE's booking. AEW. AEW's much better at booking. You are correct. Little Jim's Halo for 2 says Mr. Bush had bacon when Miss George Bush was eating. Let me tell you, I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I've heard. I'm not trying to stir and I'm not a guy that tries to go out and stir the pot. I'm just asking questions. And then I report back to you guys, my real boss, what kind of answers I'm getting. And here's the thing. George Bush was eating a bacon sandwich just before he went into that elementary school to read a book to the children as the towers were hit. And I heard that when he was informed of the second tower falling, when he left, he went back and finished the rest of his bacon sandwich. And if you do enough research, you'll find out that the bacon that he got was related to a subsidiary company owned by a group of, wouldn't you guess it, Israeli Mossad agents. And those Israeli Mossad agents were selling bacon that was made out of, wouldn't you guess it, camel meat. And that camel meat leads directly back to a subsidiary of a well-known, I'm not going to say any names, but a very well-known congresswoman who happens to be very connected when it comes to her a stock market portfolio. And that also just happened that portfolio had a massive amount of losses on it that disappeared when Tower 7 fell, because there were only physical copies of those losses in Tower 7. It's just interesting to me that you can connect the dots if you take the time to do so. You can connect the dots and you can find out exactly what's going on. I'm just asking questions. I'm just telling you what I've heard. And it kind of seems like if George Bush was eating that bacon sandwich, it probably had something to do with a Mossad agent subsidiary that was also making bacon out of camel meat. Shut up. Thank you. That's wild, dude. Holy shit. Yo, what the fuck? Hey, yo.
That's a huge bit.
Jeremy the what the fuck? Jeremy the Cyborg? For $500? What? What the fuck? Yo, bro. Thank you. For the 500. Damn. I gotta find the sound alert. Holy crap, bro. That is extremely generous. He says happy birthday. Oh, there it goes.
500.
Hold on, I was trying to play it and I was muted.
Willie Wheel with the $500 donation and doesn't say shit. That's cocky. You gotta have a little bit of psychopath to you to drop $500 at the poker table in the middle of a saloon in the most dangerous part of the West and don't say nothing. You can try to look, but you won't find any sort
fixed
of
the sound.
redacted. There's nothing. The guy intentionally dropped $500 on the table and didn't say jack shit. What can you say when a cocky son of a bitch walks smooth up in that saloon through those double doors, swinging? Tumbleweed coincidentally rolls behind him, and as everybody looks on, bartender done stopped washing the glasses. All attention is on this cocky son of a bitch. Doesn't say anything. Walks in, windmill slams $500 so hard that it kind of puts a crack in the wooden table. Everybody's looking at him like, who is this guy? This guy's crazy. Who is this guy? And he didn't say nothing. Didn't tip his hat, didn't do anything. Just turned around, walked right out. worn-in cowboy boots. These ain't new, right? These are worn. He wears his. These ain't for show, but they do have spurs on. Clapping on the wooden floor and just left. There was nothing to be said, and everybody's just looking around the saloon like, who in the fuck is this guy? What just happened? He can do nothing but respect.
Thank you, Jeremy the Cyborg. Palmonopoly says slaps down 500 on the table, only says 2 words. He did say 2 words. I respect the 2
Thank
words
you for
more
your
than the
patronage.
silence. Happy birthday, jerks you off, walked out. What? No, it doesn't do that. Giant trench coat, huge penis, no pants, drags it on the floor. $500. Thank you, Jeremy the Cyborg. Cake stream online. I can't eat a cake. I can't do it. I'm on a diet. I've tried. Guys, I'm trying. All
Are
right?
you looking-
I would love nothing more than to eat a cake right now. All right? Fat Meek still exists. He's still there inside of me. But I'm running away from him. Remember when you did this and it made it about his dick for some reason? I don't know what you're talking about, turd. I don't know. I've never heard of that before. I can't for 10. Thank you. Says, happy birthday, Mike. My gift to you is not making a diabetes / no feet joke today. Wow. How kind of you. Can eat a meat cake. I didn't make a meat cake. Who's inside of you? There's two listen, there's 2 meeks inside of you. There's 2 wolves inside of you. One wants to eat cake and the other wants to eat cake, and you have to starve them both to death in order to get healthy again. That's what's going on. There's nobody in. That's not what I meant. Thank you, Jeremy. That's what I meant. It was to say thank you to Jeremy. Y'all are killing me, bro.
No.
Y'all are killing me. Here's the thing. Somebody said you're in this 500 club. Jeremy Cyborg already did this before. We're a 2-time $500 club champion right now.
No.
Thank you. That was incredibly generous. You guys have been very generous tonight. Thank you. I very much appreciate you guys. SCD for 5 says, happy birthday, Meek. Stick a candle in a piece of grilled chicken. We'll sing happy birthday in chat all at the same time. Do I have grilled chicken right now? What I did, this was how I spoiled myself today, legitimately. I got a Culver's triple decker cheeseburger with only mustard because ketchup has too many carbs. And I got it with no bun, and I just ate that. I've never had any wolves inside of me. Shut up. Is there any Tourette's campaigners in the house tonight? That's wild. I'd like to trade in my birthday tax for what's behind the afro. You talking about this? These? I need to. You guys got to remind me to talk to my sister to see if she's interested in doing commissions of these. These are really cool. Apollo says, if I was a psycho, I'd lock Mike in a Clockwork Orange type scenario but force him to watch assorted cake videos. Thank goodness I'm completely normal. Yeah. Fortunate for us, right? Meek abusing metaphorical dogs.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hell yeah, real mustard has 0 calories. Yeah, I already liked mustard to begin with, so this helps. Fish sandwich? I don't like fish that much. I don't particularly like fish that much. It has to be prepared correctly, but nothing with breading on it. Yes, SCD got the hookup. He knows what's up too. You go to McDonald's and order just burger patties. They'll give it to you in the hotcakes container. Maximum fast food gains. Yes. You can also order just burger patties and then like cheese on the side, and it's cheaper. X-Wing explained that to me, the math of that, and I checked it out, and it's an older code, but it checks out. Frank says, mustard is garbage? You've never had a delicious pat of Dijon on your on your bologna sandwich. Then if you've had good mustard, you'll discover that it's actually quite delicious. It just needs to be prepared correctly. Here's the thing: the guys that own the mustard companies, a lot of them, they dye their mustard a bright yellow color because they thought that yellow sold better than dark brown. But I'd rather eat brown mustard every day, any day, on my corn tortillas. I'm not saying that that's the secret ingredient of my corn tortillas. I'm just telling you that if I was going to use some kind of secret ingredient, it would probably have something to do with brown mustard. Darth Bane says at Five Guys you could wrap the burgers in lettuce instead of the bun. Yeah, you could do that. What's it called does that as well. Red Robin does that as well. I would just prefer to not have any plants involved in the food that I'm eating. So, did you hear about Newscom's racist 960 SAT and I can't read speech today? I did. It's pretty fucking wild, bro. That guy's running for president. He's like, yo, that'll 100% make people want to vote for me. Yeah. Mike Meek Beardo runs towards the gay thoughts. Yeah, I think he does. I don't, though. Totally straight here. Jimmy John's has lettuce wrap sandwiches. See, a lettuce wrap sandwich would be one I'd be more gravitate towards. I could just, like, the burger patties are cooked, you know? Did you try to union? You know, I once tried to buy out a mustard company because they had an excellent source of brown mustard seeds, and when I got there I discovered the workers weren't unionized. I discovered they were being mistreated, and as anybody knows, I tried to unionize the WWF back in 1978, and Hulk Hogan, God rest his soul, he stabbed me in the back, and he told Vince McMahon what I was trying to do, and Vince cut my legs out from under me and stopped me from unionizing the WWF, and because of that I wasn't able to do so. But I did unionize those mustard workers, and those mustard workers went on to become one of the most lucrative mustard companies in the world. And like I said, I'm not telling you that my secret recipe for my corn tortillas is a fresh ground brown mustard, but I am saying it would be an excellent ingredient to include in your corn tortillas for its healing properties. I'm not a doctor, so you shouldn't take my advice as medical advice, but I'm just saying, next time you trip and fall and scrape your knee, maybe rub a little bit of Dijon mustard on there and watch what happens. Not the yellow garbage you get that's owned by John Kerry. Let me tell you a story. I was the governor of Minnesota, and John Kerry approached me and he said, I'm going to run for president. And I said, you run for president? What a joke. Are you trying to hand Bush another election? And he said, that's not accurate. I'm simply, listen, I'm just trying to better the country. I said, if you want to better the country, maybe you should take red dye 40 and yellow dye number 5 out of your mustard and your ketchup and your production of the ketchup and mustard for our hot dogs. Did you know that hot dogs may actually be the most patriotic food in the world, because instead of wasting the food like so many other countries do, we grind up the pig snouts and the turkey beaks and the horse hooves and the camel toes, and we grind them up into sausages, and then we sell them as hot dogs. It's the most patriotic thing you could ever do as a country, is not waste food. This is why I gotta stop. You guys gotta stop, dude. You guys gotta stop. RC Elman for 2 says, happy birthday, Meek. Now unclothed. Naked tax. I'm not gonna get naked on this stream. The horror host for 2 says, also for the emperor, it's also the Emperor of Japan's birthday. I saw that. Maybe I am the Emperor of Japan. Maybe I've been Japanese the whole time. War Wizard for 5 says, who wins in a race? Beardo running away from his homosexual thoughts, or Miki running away from his fat thoughts, but on one leg, of course. Well, here's the thing. Running away would imply that you're trying to not embrace it. Here's the thing. I am running away from being fat because I'm on a diet. Now, whether or not a certain bearded individual is embracing or avoiding certain thoughts, I'd say I'd win that race. I'd say I win that race. Ground up camel toes? I don't know what you're talking about. Eagles don't screech?
Nut.
America would beg to differ. A Catalyst for 5 says, I was the governor of Minnesota. 8-ounce cans to be specific. Mike is going full, you only love twice. Oh, man. And it is the horror host birthday today. I forgot about that. Happy birthday to the horror host. Shout out to the horror host. Happy birthday, my friend. Stone Cold's beer cooler. Give me a hell yeah. Remember for 6 months says, Miki Ventura, that's wild. Now, why don't you tell me why they are called eggplants when they're neither eggs nor plants? You know who was a plant? Liberace. You think a guy like that was dressing in sequins and moving his fingers so daintily in the 1970s without any kind of social blowback? Come on now. Let's just think about the logic here, okay? The Cary Grant pretended to be a straight man for his entire career and never got outed until he was already gone. They knew Liberace was gay the moment he opened his mouth and lisped his first S, and he got away with it all. I'm not saying you should have a problem with that. I'm just telling you, maybe that has something to do with the government. You actually want to know something pretty wild, and this is legitimately a real thing. I know my conspiracy people already knew this. I know my conspiracy people already knew this, but you guys probably, a lot of people probably didn't know this. Let's see if I can find where it was. So the FBI, it was learned, and the rumors is that the CIA actually planted, I think it was Andy Warhol. I believe, was it Andy Warhol? That the CIA actually funded people like Andy Warhol and other abstract artists during the 60s because they were trying to undercut the Soviet Union, who was making a ton of money on they were making a ton of money on Soviet art, and they were able to launder a ton of money that way. And in order to stop that from happening, the CIA actually started funding abstract art to try to undercut the value of the actual art from the Soviets. Yeah. Isn't that wild? Glenathan for 5. Oh my gosh, Glenathan, thank you. Dracula says, never mind, I'm obviously drunky. Hey, that's okay. Do your thing, man. We're just hanging out. I'm just hanging out with you. We're just having a good time. John McAfee voice, eggplant is a plant, just Pegasus spyware. The Mossad plants in your personal computer anytime you visit Pornhub. Stay off of Pornhub, yeah. There's other websites. In the future, everyone will be Miki for 15 minutes. That would not be good. I don't think anybody wants to be me for 15 minutes. Anybody got anything going on? Need a good reason to DEI? I mean, I think I'm pretty good enough. I don't think I'm a good enough reason. classical case of dainty fingers for finger social blowback. If you looked at original eggplant, they actually do look like eggs. The modern ones we have are bred out differently. Really? Really? Is that a real thing? Yo, are eggplants? Hey, what's up, Faithful Geek? Hey, shout out, man. Thank you. Meek, did you see the Crimson Desert devs told Sony to fuck off because they wanted to make it exclusive? I did not see that. What? Pearl Abyss rejected Sony's offer for a timed exclusivity deal that would have made Crimson Desert a PlayStation 5 exclusive for a year, blocking its release on Xbox and PC during that period. Developers chose to self-publish the game, citing higher potential profits from broader platform availability, across PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Dude, I'm gonna buy it. As if I needed any more reason to want to glaze all over Crimson Desert. Them turning down Sony, telling Sony to go fuck themselves. Hey, shout out. I can't read. Thank you for the $1. That's wild. I can't read 199. Thank you for the $1. Cara Linnae. Or Cara Linnae. AKA Kara Creates for 20. Hey, how you doing? It says happy birthday for me and my hubby, AKA your biggest fan. Your hubby is absolutely wonderful. You know what? I have. Let's see if I can get him. Hold on. Just a second. Hold on. Why am I retarded? There we go. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so shout out. I still have these. I have not hung them up yet because I don't have a frame, and I also didn't know exactly where to put them, but I have kept them and I've taken very good care of them. But these were actually gifted to me last time I went to MegaCon by Kara's husband. These are characters from Genshin Impact. Shout out. Forgot her name off the top of my head all of a sudden. I got a little Paimon in cooking and stew. But then this is my favorite one. This is Mona. She's one of my favorite characters in the game. Look at that. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Yeah. He gifted me those. And I still have them. And they're fucking rad. And I love them. Shout out to you and your hubby. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, go over and sub to Kara's channel. Shout out to her. Appreciate you. Also, shout out for, handling rumors and social drama so well. Because some people want to make everything about themselves when somebody else is doing, Boom, headshot! When people are trying to live their lives and do their best that they can, and then they want to step in and make things about themselves, but they can go fuck themselves. Hit Gary Daly says, thanks for the sub. Hey, shout out, Hit Gary Daly. King Alucard, hey, what's up, man? Shout out. Go over to sub to King Alucard. He's been streaming. I'm streaming Persona 5, right? Over on his channel. Says, happy birthday, buddy. I'm still owed some game time with you. A great freaking stream, brother. By the way, I stream now. Please support. Hey, I just shouted out your channel. Go over and check out King Alucard. He streams Persona 5, and I know he's going to be streaming Genshin Impact. We do need to play again. I think I'll have some time after the update to jump into it full time, and we can stream some. We can just, I got to grind out some currency and stuff because I got to level up these characters, man. I got to level up all these new characters, so... Crimson Desert Devs. Yeah, me and Frank are in lockstep on this one. Listen, we argue about a lot of things, but this I haven't seen hardly any gamers disparage Crimson Desert. This game looks amazing. And the fact that, listen, I am petty and I am all here for Sony slander and hatred. Okay, so them being like, somebody is like, hey, what if you give you a little bit of cheddar cheese, you know, for early exclusivity? We got to sell more PlayStations. And they were like, go fuck yourself. Let's go. I'm gonna nut all over Crimson Desert. Like, if I didn't know, for sure that Reese of the Cripple is always watching and he's going to tell me not to pre-order anything, I would have pre-ordered this game already. I'm not going to pre-order it. I'll buy it at launch, but I'm not going to pre-order it. But I'd be tempted to. I'd be fucking tempted to pre-order. Nandy for 50. Oh my goodness, you guys.
That's a huge bitch.
Says happy birthday, Miki Shark. Hey, shout out. I was tempted to put on I was actually gonna wear the shark onesie, but my kid wore it the other day and then slept in it for like 3 days. And I didn't know it. And I gotta wash it. It's in the laundry right now. I need to wash it. But you slept in this thing for 3 days? Uh-huh. Like you sweat, you got all your sweat and child stickiness in it. Hail Epic Mick, who drew your thumbnails? Hey, you wanna know who drew my thumbnails? Turd Ferguson did. Turd sent that to me to say happy birthday and then said, this is not for a thumbnail. And you know what I told him? It is for a thumbnail and you don't have a fucking choice. Leon Kennedy says, let me add you on Genshin. Go. It should just be Epic Mike, all one word on Genshin. Kara says, I miss Genshin. I haven't played it in so long. You got to play it. They've a lot of crazy, powerful new characters. Do you ever play BDO? What is BDO? Oh my God. I don't have to be scared of the sound alerts. What is BDO? Tell me what that is and I might try it. I think I'll get it on Xbox. I know Genshin is now on Xbox, the newer ones. So I play on a private server now for BDO where they stripped out the pay to win nonsense. What is BDO? I don't even know what that game is. I probably do know what it is and can't think about it. Imba Franker Z for 50. Oh my gosh.
That's a huge bitch.
Says happy birthday, Meek Attack. Hope you had a great day. Also, is Vince McMahon the original Captain Durag? He might be. Vince McMahon might be the original Captain Durag. What up, Holmes? Black Desert Online. Oh, you know what? I started playing Black Desert Online. The problem that I had with it was I really enjoyed the aesthetic. I did not like the control scheme. And at the time I started playing it, let me see here. Was it 2022 that I played it? It might have been 2022 that I started playing it. I was really like, I was going through games like water and I started playing it, didn't like the control scheme and went, I don't know anybody that's playing this right now, so I'm not going to continue with it. If I had people that were playing it, I would be tempted to get back into it just to check it out. But the thing is, I thought Crimson Desert was a continuation of Black Desert because of how similar they look to each other. Apparently that's not the case, but I'm not going to lie, man. This Crimson Desert game looks great. And our boy Kada actually said something I think was probably the most accurate to what's going on with this game. Kada said that it feels like this game was an MMO, that they decided to make a single player game and they just stripped out all the multiplayer components. That's what Crimson Desert feels like. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that, you know, MMOs have their place. Games like Genshin, games like Where Winds Meet, even though it's Chinese spyware, but I don't care. Things like that. MMOs have their place. And playing with your friends and being able to go online with your friends is awesome. The fact that Elden Ring had a multiplayer component, or like you have Elden Ring Night Rain. The fact that Elden Ring had a component where you could play co-op with people. That all has a place, I think, in gaming. But sometimes it's just fucking nice to be able to play by yourself. It's actually one of the reasons I like Where Winds Meet so much, is because you can just go at it solo. Same with Genshin and stuff. You can just play those games solo if you want, but they have the option. This Crimson Desert game looks fucking rad. So yeah, I really, really dig it. I would be tempted to get back into Crimson Desert because I love the way it looks. So, King Alucard just gifted 5 memberships, bro. Thank you. Hey, shout out. And like I said, go check out his channel. Streaming. I saw he was playing Persona 5. And then also, I know he's a big Genshin player. So they made the right choice. 100 fucking percent. I'm so excited for that. Have you tried Windrose? Yeah, I actually just talked about it a little bit ago. Windrose, Lobo Drago, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. I rewatched the other John Wicks. Oh no, Nate. Just give me a little comment about what you thought. Just tell me. Yeah, Windrose, I played it. I loved it. For what it was. Well, no, let me back it up. I love the ship combat. The ship combat feels so much like Black Flag. The difference with that is it's a little bit more simplified than Black Flag. But also the controls are a little bit lazier, which actually feels better. I like that. Like when you go to turn, it's not like an immediate, like I hit the turn button and we turn. It's like I turn and then the ship slowly follows, and you could overturn the ship if you don't correct yourself and stuff. So that gives it like a little bit of a floaty feel, like you're actually steering a ship. I thought that was really cool. The part I didn't like is the survival mechanics. Once you can get past the survival mechanics, I probably like the game a lot more. Here's the other thing about it. I think while I do not like the survival mechanics, I can see how in the future, when that game fully releases, incorporating the survival mechanics in a way where you set crew members to go gather resources for you and building like your own kind of like pirate haven on your own island where you're, you know, on your own doing your own thing could be a really fun time. That part of it, I think I can see down the road, that being a fun aspect of the game, is that you can build your own like pirate haven and you can have things there. And maybe in the future, they'll have the ability to make bars or social hangout places because it does have a multiplayer component. That part of it will be really cool. That remains to be seen. I like the demo for what it was. I enjoyed it. I love pirate games. I'm desperate for a good pirate game. I really want a good single-player pirate game like Black Flag that is not in the Assassin's Creed universe, and we've just never really gotten one. Like Sid Meier's Pirates is close. I love Sid Meier's Pirates, but it's dated. It's older. There was a game back in the day that it wasn't a great game, but it was called it was a Pirates of the Caribbean game that really had nothing to do with Pirates of the Caribbean, where you could play as a pirate and you could go on land or do ship combat and stuff like that. And there were like zombie pirates you could fight, but you could also like gather resources and like buy and trade to make money and stuff like that too. But it wasn't, the controls were pretty clunky and the graphics, even on an Xbox, an Xbox 360 kind of sucked. So I want a good pirate game. And this is the best pirate game I've played in a long time. So I gifted myself. Oh, nice. You actually did. Hey, I dig it. That's actually been happening a lot more, and I don't know if they're doing that on purpose or not. I don't know. Welcome to the Meekrit Polycule, friends. There's no Polycule. Oh. Kara says, I installed Where Winds Meet. You'll need to show me an X-ray how to play. I will absolutely do that. I played a lot of that game. I'm already max level right now and working on like grinding through, maxing out the no-name sword. I'm doing Nameless Sword and Nameless Spear combo, which is like the Bell Strike. And then I'm also doing Jade Deluge, which is the healer class. So I'm doing both of those. So yeah, I'll absolutely help you guys with that. And then King Alucard, because he gifted himself a membership, gifted another membership. Oh my gosh. Shout out. Thank you. Appreciate you. Sateri says Xenoblade X is a sci-fi game that looks like an MMO but primarily single player. I've heard that the Xenoblade games are really good. I've never played through a Xenoblade game. I think I started one back in the day, but I've never played all the way through one. And I'm curious. I want to play Persona 5 Royale, and I also want to play ReFantazio. What is that called? Metaphor? ReFantazio, because I've heard both of those are excellent games. there's just too many games to play right now, honestly. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, happy birthday, Monica. Hey, shout out. I started dabbing with Stars and Islands. Need a new chill game and I'm really enjoying it. Surprisingly deep for a cozy game. Stars and Island. I don't think I've ever heard of that. That sounds fun. Thank you, Alucard. That was very kind of you, man. No, I don't want to read Nate's comments on the other John Wick. It's too late. I think I'm thinking of getting the Persona 3 remake for PS4. It's only $35 for the special edition. The thing is, Lies of P is on sale for $30, but just the base game. Should I get both? Yes, you should get both, Rabdad. I have not played Persona 3, but I've heard good things about the remake, and Lies of P is fucking fantastic. Mountain Blade is a better game overall. I've never played the Blade games. I have Mountain Blade, but I've never played it. Lies of P is fucking fantastic. It is a very good Souls-like game. The mechanics are great in it. It is very tight. It is very responsive. Yeah, I really, really liked Lies of P a lot. And I haven't beaten it yet, but what I've played of it already, I loved it. So, and I love the Pinocchio aesthetic. I thought that was good. They need to nerf the survival mech, and you can nerf that in the game, but I do and Darth Bane, I agree with you. I do not like that when you die, your hunger resets on death. They do explain in the game why you can't die, like why you come back every time you die, which I thought was a good explanation, but I don't like the survival mechanics that much. So, you see the Expanse games are inspired by Mass Effect? I have not. Ooh. Tropico 2 was like that. Yeah, but Tropico 2, did it have like combat mechanics? I'm wondering. I'm about to start Assassin's Creed 4. It's taken me a while to get into it because I was so disappointed with Assassin's Creed 3. Which one was 3? Was 3 the Revolutionary War? I liked Assassin's Creed 3 actually. But Assassin's Creed 4, Assassin's Creed Black Flag is excellent. It's not a perfect game, but it's pretty fucking excellent, especially the ship combat. They nailed the ship combat in Black Flag. It is very, very good. And then King Alucard for $5 says to make it easier, shameless plug again. Hey, there you go. Shout out. Go check it out. I know mods will be able to drop links as well. So why does the flag have to be black? Huh?
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
'Tis the season.
Black, and I'm black, y'all.
Monkey Island stream win. Ooh. And Frank says Assassin's Creed 4 is the best Assassin's Creed. It sells the top 5 ending ever in gaming. I do think the ending is pretty incredible. Assassin's Creed 4 is the best Assassin's Creed though. Yeah, 100%. Assassin's Creed 4 is the best Assassin's Creed game that they've ever made. Yep. 100%. I swear I'm done. Yeah, you're all good. I fought off pirates in the Baja. Let me tell you about actual pirates. One time when I went to the Baja for the very first time, I took out my secondary yacht so I could go around and look at the coastline because I think it's beautiful. I took my boat out onto the Gulf of America. You know, it's called the Gulf of America, and I know that a certain president, Donald Trump, would like to take all the credit for that, but I'm going to tell you this now. A lot of people don't know. I actually was the very first person to suggest we call it the Gulf of America. I said, who wants to go to the Gulf of Mexico? Mexico has dirty water. That's unless you know how to make potable water yourself by filtering through very specific recipes of corn tortillas, which is what I do. It's why my water is so pure and why my potable water is so free of parasites and disease. And I said to the president at the time, George H.W. Bush, I said, hey Bush, you should change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I think it would be really patriotic because I'm a true patriot and I think you are too. And he said, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe I should do that. And you know what happened? He forgot because he was secretly a drunk and didn't tell anyone. And so he was notoriously unreliable when it came to his memory. He never told anyone that. I'm telling you that for the first time now because they stopped inviting me to their cookouts. And so once they stopped inviting me to their cookouts, I said, well, to hell with it. I'll tell everybody else that you're a drunk. And I told everybody that. And then lo and behold, all of a sudden, you know, we start getting all this news about the Gulf of America, you know, and I called Donald J. Trump myself. I said, because I have a direct line to him. You see, a lot of people, they have the number to the president. They don't have the number to Donald J. Trump, and I do. I can specifically call him up whenever I want, and I said, hey, guess what, Donald J. Trump? I think that you need to give me a little bit of credit for the idea of the Gulf of America. And he said, George H.W. Bush told me you didn't come up with that idea. He did. And I said, well, why did he even mention me in the conversation about it? And then he hung up the phone. And lo and behold, now here's all of these riots breaking out in Minnesota, and Donald Trump won't do anything about it. I think that the Minnesotaites should secede from the Union and join Canada. I know it's not a real country, but I think that if they just joined Canada, maybe they could bring a little bit of the American spirit to the Canadians, and maybe we could get back to true patriotism. You guys got to stop setting me off on these things, okay? You got to stop. I can't stop myself, so I need you to stop me. I need you to stop me from doing these things. Real Grey goes for 20. It's happy birthday. You're old as fuck now. That is true.
Get your hand off my penis!
It's very true. Wyman Sasquatch for 2 says, I am late and gay. What did you get for your birthday? I ordered a burger for myself on my birthday. That's what I got for my birthday. Irish Switch and Arm Drugs for 5 says, don't take this the wrong way, but you've given me the same confidence I got from Biggie, DJ Khaled, Vince Wilfork, and Jelly Roll. Only fat guys know. Hey, good. Listen, man, you got to be confident. I wasn't always fat, but when I became fat, I owned it. I embraced it. I owned it. I said, you know what? If I'm going to be fat, I'm going to eat what I want to eat whenever I want to eat it. Hey, Daniel, live for entertainment. I think that's what your name is. Happy birthday, Meek. Sorry I don't have enough tax to give you, but I still wish you well. No, I appreciate you. It's free. You don't ever have to send me anything. I very much appreciate you hanging out. One day Meek will just turn into Jesse Ventura. The problem is we don't want you to stop. I have to stop myself. No, I got a couple nice gifts for my birthday. Some of them are private. Hunter says, hey Chad, I'm gonna head out later. Hey, have a good night, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. How do you do this? I don't know. I don't know how I do this. I don't know how that ever happened. I don't know why I'm able to do this, but I do. How can you be disappointed in Assassin's Creed 3? Do you hate America? That's wild, dude. I actually really like the beginning of Assassin's Creed 3, that when you start as the Templar in the beginning. I thought that shit was rad. I love Jesse Ventura. Good impersonation. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm getting an abdominal workout from laughing. Hey, that's what we're here for. That's what we're doing. Yeah, same once I was a lot thinner. Listen, man, you just got to do it. You just got to let it, you got to sneak up on it. One day you just got to wake up and you go, today's the day I'm just going to diet and eat healthier. That's what I'm trying to do, man. King Alcar says, only 68 subs until I can get super chats. I'm excited. Hell yeah, man. Well, listen, we probably got enough people here. I don't know how many people are watching. I legitimately do not keep track of how many people are in the stream. We have 178 people here watching. Let's get a la carte the rest of the way there, huh? If you're not already subbed. Oh, I gotta listen to my translation, by the way, real quick. Hold on. That's wild. I got that Spanish translation from earlier. Somebody was asking me where the toilet, or Andre CR asked me where the toilet paper was. That's fucking wild. Thank you. John Wick franchise is awesome, and I'm looking forward to the game. Hey, well, there you go, Nate. Nate came around. I'm unfollowing Meek and Alucard. Don't do that. Don't do that. Dr. Butcher says I'm 11 subs for 500. Can we get 2 channels to 500 subs today? That would be an excellent birthday present for me, would be to help other people do well on their channels, because you guys have been so wonderful to me.
Thank you for your patronage.
Death of Marco for $13.50 says birthday tax. Birthday tax. Birthday tax. Real quick, hold on. We gotta get back to something here. So, oh yeah, by the way, I just was gonna mention this and I forgot because I got way off track here. Yeah, so I was gonna try to stream earlier in the day. I was gonna try to do like an all-day stream. That was the plan. But we had a little bit of a snafu this morning with the youngest, and we were kind of like on like watch of like, do we need to go to the hospital or not? She's okay now. She's good. But as always with anything, my life is chaotic, and I very much appreciate you guys being patient with me when I have to cancel things or change plans at the last minute. So I'll try to make it up for you guys hopefully this weekend. I'll just do a longer stream, because I was going to try to do one like all day, and it just didn't work out that way, which is why I actually wasn't able to get on the Monday Hangover today, because I was like right up until this stream was busy with stuff. So but we're good now. So all right, I gotta get back to making fun of British people real quick. I want to finish this house tour. Let's finish this house tour.
For a very pretty 1 double bedroom garden property in Central Park, East Ham. If you are, here's a beauty. Loads of period features.
So we talked about this already. They said there was high ceilings.
Gorgeous
These are
wooden
regular
flooring,
fucking
high
ceilings.
Fireplace. Here's the quiet at the rear double bedroom. Look out for the cat.
Dude, who built these fucking houses? Look at this bathroom. Look at this bathroom. Who built this? Okay. Can you guys see what's happening here in this bathroom? The entire floor is a shower. Okay, so there's a bathtub. I'm like, cool. All right, you guys got a bathtub. Yeah, that makes sense. They have a fucking shower, and you just close it. The whole bathroom floor is just a shower? The entire bathroom floor is just a shower with a fucking drain in it. This is basically like this is like what most Americans have in like their like cellar basements.
Main bathroom, a wet shower area, separate bath, loads of storage in this property. Then we've got a big...
And then look, these are the really nice hardwood floors. That's water damage. That is water damage. Listen, I used to work in restoration. I know what water damage looks like. All right? That is 1,000% water damage. That motherfucker, the reason they're selling the house is because it has water damage. The floors are warped. That's water damage. That's a lot of damage. 2 things. It's a flat, not a house. That's a wet room, and it's great for people with disabilities. You know what also is great for people with disabilities? The little showers with the doors on the side. Let's not pretend that a real wet room, I'm pretty sure that's the room that the Navy SEALs are in when they're on a sub, when they're getting dressed up to go out on an op. I'm pretty sure that's what a real wet room is. And a flat is not a thing. That is a piece of bread. A flat is what you call a piece of bread. They can make up words. You can't let these people make up words. You cannot allow these people that put extra U's in words, lost a war to a bunch of farmers. Okay? You can't let them try to tell you how stuff works. You can't let them say things like flat in wet room. Okay? These aren't real things. These are fictional words that they make up and talk about. No, it's a duplex. That's exactly right. And these guys are trying to sell a shitty duplex to you with wood rot floors and a fucking sewage drain in the middle of a floor that they then put a tile tub into and pretended it was a fucking bathroom. Nope, that's the wrong sound. House built for Kata, yeah. Let's get through the rest of this fucking house
kitchen
tour.
To the rear of the property that then leads out onto a very pretty rear garden.
That's not a garden. That's a strip of dirt. They didn't know they ran out of pavement. Look how cracked this fucking pavement is. Look at the cracks in this fucking pavement. This is a fucking garden. This is a garden. And then look at this. Imagine you pay for all that. You go step outside. Oh, time to get a look at my beautiful backyard, huh? Isn't it? Isn't it, governor? And you go outside and you look and you see this fucking dirty ass moldy roof, and they go, and here's your little garden space in the fucking shitty shingled shammed up fucking patchwork fence. Part of it has fallen into your garden and squished your chrysanthemums, squished your lilies. Ruined your roses, trampled your tulips, and these motherfuckers are like, and you paid 300 quid for it, huh? Isn't it, governor? No. Nonsense.
Are you looking for
That's why they stopped the video as soon as they got through it. I kind of want to just go on a binge where I only look at British flats and houses. Hold on, let's look at Birmingham. What's going on in Birmingham right now? My appointment is immeasurable and my day is that's pretty good. I've been to Restoration Hardware before.
No.
Nice. Steel Like of History for 5 says, I owe you so much and everyone you help get me past 500 subs. I'm getting close to 1K. 71. Thanks to you, Mike. I can never thank you enough. Be blessed. Hey, thank you, Steel Like, for the 5. And I'm glad you're doing well. Keep up the grind, bro. That's awesome. I love it. I fucking love it, man. The tiny flat is 100K more than my 3-bedroom house with a detached 2-car garage and big front and backyard. Mm-hmm. Some don't even have gardens. Yeah. Some didn't fucking run out of asphalt or run out of concrete to dump in your backyard. And so there's just strips of dirt. And they pretend that that's a garden. Like they intentionally put that shit there. Vatlaw, member for 8 months, says the Meeker police would dog walk those armies. These houses make Dan's Vask look advanced. Signed, Chief of the Meeker Police, if it exists, which it doesn't. But shout out, good work. If there was a secret police, destroyed your dandelions, yeah. Lobo Drago for 5 says, happy birthday, Meek. I celebrate mine tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday to you, my friend. Let's play your little the birthday song. Shout out. These people use gloss paint on their walls. It's seriously wild. They do a lot of weird shit, man. I don't understand. WJ says, happy birthday. Hey, thank you. Yeah, convicted terrorist stood in an election recently. In the UK? What? Okay, this is... Wow. Holy crap. This is Birmingham? Birmingham. Yo. This is hold on. Let me see if this shows the whole thing. Is this the full thing?
Like
Like, don't show me people helping. Here we go. So this is Birmingham at one point. This is what was going on over there. Trash strike. Just garbage in the streets. The streets are full of garbage. That's pretty bad, bro. Yeah, that's embarrassing. I'd be upset too if I was living in Birmingham. Pay your fucking trash people. Same with New York. Pay your fucking trash people, bro. That shouldn't be on American citizens to have to deal with that.
Bin strikes in
Holy crap, that's even worse. Oh my gosh, bro. Look at this.
Birmingham caused chaos as residents swarm a lorry in a desperate bid to offload their rotting waste. An all-out strike started last Tuesday and rubbish has been piling
That's
high in the
insane,
streets.
dude.
When residents were invited to drop their waste off at a van, it triggered what was
Hey, yo, that's like a... Hold on. That right there, that's like a rotted, like, water damaged board. Why do you guys have so much water damage in England? What is going on in you guys' country? What is happening in England that you guys have so much water damage? That was the best image I've seen of Birmingham. That's wild, dude. What is going on in Birmingham? Birmingham. It rains too much? Yeah, but like, imagine trying to sell a house and it's just fucking waterlogged to shit. It rains all the time. You know what else it rains? It rains a lot in places like the Amazon rainforest. Do they have mold problems? Let me see here. Let's look this up. Grok, help me out. Do houses... we'll look this up through Grok, okay? Do houses have mold problems in the Amazon? I misspelled Amazon. Hold on, it's going to say the wrong thing. We'll broaden it. Do houses have mold problems in tropical environments? We're waiting on Grok right now to give me an answer. Well, in the Baja, it's very dry. I went there because you don't want to breathe in. You know, our water is basically, our water activates the oxygenation in our bodies and it ages us prematurely. So I live in a dry area, a dry climate where I'm not constantly breathing in wet, sticky air. Yes, houses in well, here we go. Yes, houses in tropical environments commonly have mold problems. It's not occasional or minor. It's a persistent, widespread issue driven directly by the climate.
Get your hand off my penis!
Yeah, I don't know. It's unconclusive. I guess we'll never know. I don't know what you're talking. Yeah, I guess we'll never know the true answer to that. Yep. I don't know. It seems like it's just kind of exclusive to England. Seems like it's just kind of an issue in England. The Bajas in Mexico, which is being overrun by the cartels, not a good place to be right now. Yeah, I've heard that Mexico's really, really, really bad right now. I've heard that the state of Mexico's really bad. Yeah. Yeah, my 150 dogs also like the dry weather. I make sure to give them only potable water to drink. My rare Chihuahua German Shepherd hybrid breeds only drink the best kind of water. You think the nation that almost ruled the world would figure out ways to deal with constant rain, or like just not fucking live there? How do you misspell Amazon? Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about what I spelled. Hoodblade for 199 says, "Happy birthday, Tex." Hey! Shout out. The Horror says, "My mom's in Mexico right now. She said that most of the shit going on is on the West Coast where the Baja is." Well, that doesn't sound accurate. Why would I move to a place that commonly has issues with the cartel? Why would I do that? I obviously moved somewhere with a lenient tax situation because of the constant checks I get in from the WWF and Vince McMahon. So why would I go move somewhere that was an intentional issue or a problem? And to be honest, if the cartels were going to become an issue, why do you guys don't think I would? Well, fucking hell. You guys don't think I would take care of it myself? I could destabilize a country with a stick of dynamite and a packet of thumbtacks if you give me 48 hours and unlimited access to either a cell phone, a cellular phone with Wi-Fi. I could do just about anything. I was a Navy SEAL. They taught us counterintelligence and espionage. It's part of it. I actually used to teach a class on espionage. They said the way you say the word espionage is so well articulated. We're quite impressed. Why don't you teach us everything you know about espionage? And I happily did so. Coach Dragon, thank you for the birthday wish. I appreciate it. Angie Blanket for 25 says, "Happy birthday, Meek." Thank you, Angie. I appreciate you. Much love to Angie Blanken. And thank you, Hoodblade, for the 199. Appreciate it. What's happening in Mexico would have happened 30 years if we didn't have an open border for people to just run across instead of dealing with their country's problems. You're not wrong. You're not a real patriot like me. Hey, what's up, Nick Napoli? How you doing? Sespionage. Thank you for your service. Well, you're very welcome. I try not to brag about my accomplishments in the Navy SEALs, but I like to let people know that I was quite accomplished. I was one of the best Navy SEALs to ever do it. People didn't know this, but I was an excellent Navy SEAL. They said they never seen a SEAL accomplish as much as I did. They said even in the water, I was practically like a real SEAL. When I swam with the grace and speed of an aquatic animal. Well, not a full aquatic animal. I'm not a fish, but something equivalent to an aquatic animal, a creature that spends enough time in the water that its evolutionary biology was adapted to water-like scenarios and water-like environments, kind of like an actual seal. I could do that when I get into the water, and a lot of people were very impressed with my abilities. What's up, Pie Wacket? Happy birthday, Mike. Hey, shout out, thank you. I appreciate that. What was the other thing I was going to do? I don't remember. Oh, well, I got a couple things we could talk about. I finished Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I loved it. It was awesome. It was only 6 episodes long. I did not realize it was going to be that short of a season. I mean, it's not like the stories themselves are particularly long, but I will say this. I really, really enjoyed Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. The casting was excellent. The story was awesome. It was very enjoyable. It's one of the best shows that we've gotten on television in a long time. And I will say this, the shorter episode time, like 30-minute episodes, and the 6-episode series feels very much like a BBC show, because BBC used to do stuff like that. You'd have like a 3 or 4 like episode series, which was like technically a season of a show, and then they would like, in another year we'll have more for you or whatever. But I will say that it was very impressive. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I would say if you're a huge Game of Thrones fan, you'll probably really like this. If you're not a huge Game of Thrones fan, but you like good medieval stories, this will be up your alley. This reminded me a lot of like A Knight's Tale. It has that same vibe as like A Knight's Tale. And I really liked it. So Severian, thank you for being a member for 16 months. Says happiest of birthdays, Mink. I appreciate you. Thank you. Wyoming Sasquatch for 5 says, pretty dry in Wisconsin, unlike you moldy lake affected tree people of Michigan. I was there 5 days. It snowed 4.5 days. Wisconsin gets 1 storm a month here. Well, isn't that good for you? Here's the thing. It was just really warm for like a couple days. All right. It was just very warm here. Okay. Like for like a week, like in the 50s. It was excellent. Wonderful. I don't know. You know, I don't want to be lectured by somebody from Wisconsin. Okay. I refuse to be lectured by somebody who eats exclusively cheese and wears cheese hats on their head. Actually, that's actually kind of rad, not gonna lie. I refuse to be lectured by somebody who's a fan of the Packers. Okay? That's all. Are these many characters in these stories are no, it's a pretty straightforward show. The only characters that it follows are Sir Duncan and then Egg. And there are other characters in the show, but you don't really get a lot of point of view from those characters. It primarily follows Duncan and then it follows Egg a little bit as well. And if you Wyoming, WY is Wyoming. Oh. Huh?
Huh? Huh? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Wisconsin. I should be ashamed of myself as a Michigander. Why the fuck would I know what Wisconsin and Wyoming's, what their fucking little mini symbols are? Why do I give a fuck? The only one I need to know is MI. Michigan is only famous for a failed city. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Motown? Ford? There's a movie with the title Ford versus Ferrari in it. There's an entire musical about Motown. We're only famous, and we look like an oven mitt. Only famous for a failed city. Get the fuck out of here. We're famous for a lot of things.
No.
Epic Mike, more like epic fail. You know what? What is Wyoming most famous for? Grok. Grok. I don't have voice on with this. Grok. What is Wyoming most famous for? And be super sarcastic about it to stick it to my audience because they hate and openly mock me. We're gonna show you. Motown sounds horrible. No. Gran Torino is about how based our olds are. That's true. Yeah. 8 Mile produced one of the best white rappers in the world, at least until he went crazy. Let's not. Okay. Wyoming. Yeah, I fixed your spelling. I misspelled it wrong. Shut the fuck up. I didn't say be sarcastic against me. Don't backtalk me. Is most famously known for things like that tower over everything else. Oh, 2 things that tower over everything else. Yellowstone National Park, the world's very first national park, with Old Faithful Geyser and the geothermal drama, and being the equality state, the first place in the U.S. to let women vote and hold office.
Not.
Get your hand off my penis!
Y'all keep saying Devil's Tower all you want. You sure?
No, 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 no.
Wow. Wisconsin and Michigan. Let's stop with the Michigan hate, okay? It's pretty cool over here. All right. We have a cool bridge. We basically own part of Canada. They were like, hey, you can't. We own part of fucking Wisconsin. Like, we literally own part of Wisconsin. There's literally an entire chunk of the state that belongs to us because we said it was ours. It's not even connected to Michigan. There's a fucking bridge that connects all of it, and we own it. We have a, you know what? There's a reason. It's not the Lake of Wisconsin. It's Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan. We also, we also had, see, somebody brought up Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders, Megatron, Calvin Johnson. Come on now. Owning part of Canada? It is. The Lake of America. That's pretty fucking wild. Listen. Okay? We basically said, hey, this, y'all point to where you live on your hand like a tard. Yeah, imagine fucking living in, what is the shape of Wyoming? Let's look at the shape of a Wyoming, okay? Let's look at it on a map. Oh, wow, a fucking square. Oh, wow. All right, let's look at that together. Wow. Let's, come on, pull that up. Huh? Look at that. Oh, I live in a square. It's a square. Hey, have a good night, Tommy. Appreciate you. A square. Look at that. I mean, like, I typed in the most unique shaped states. You know what's going to come up? Michigan as one of them, for sure. Definitely Michigan. It's not a rectangle, it's a fucking square. Okay? You've got cool states like Michigan that's shaped like a mitten. Okay? And you got Wyoming, look like it's just a fucking square. Hey, where do you live in the square? Oh, I live here in the square. I'm like, yo, I live here, or I live there, or I live here. You show the hand, and they go, hey, where do you live in Michigan? And then when they talk bad about Michigan, you see? Okay, yeah, Lansing does suck. You have a point there. And Detroit sucks too, but that's not as important as the square. Okay? Like see, Sir Stat gets it. A mitten, like the Arby's or Hamburger Helper logo. You know what else Michigan is known for? And not Flint. Flint doesn't count. Our lakes. One of the biggest sources of fresh water in the United States. Come on. Okay, maybe I'm digging a little bit, but I don't. Arby's a cowboy hat? Hold on. But Arby's mascot is a mitten. Hamburger Helper's a glove, not a mitten. It's basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Arby's used to have a mascot that was a mitten. That's what we're talking about. I know because I dated a girl that was the Arby's mitten in a parade one time. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember the Arby's mitten? This is a real thing. I dated a girl that wore this costume one time. Hey, thank you, Antonio. I appreciate it. Thank you for the birthday wishes. This isn't helping. It's helping a little bit. I'm trying to think, though. Like, was Hamburger Helper really a glove? Was Hamburger Helper really a glove? You dated a hand? No, I dated a girl that wore the mitten costume. Pretty sure it was an oven. It is a glove. Yeah, but it only has 3 fingers.
No.
So, like, does that really count? That's closer to a mitten. It has 3 fingers. I thought Mike was going to say he dated a mitten. No. Dr. Butcher says, where in Wyoming can you say you have trained in 8 martial arts? I have. Has Wyoming, dude? I know Norris. One of his instructors was J. June Kim in Michigan. I trained a lot with Norris. See? You go to Michigan, you learn martial arts. And that is actually somewhat factually accurate because I know a not insignificant amount of martial artists that live in this state. That scared me. Glenn Jones for 20 says, happy birthday, Mike. Hey, thank you for the 20, and I appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank you. And then thank you, Glenathan, for the 2. She was pretty good back in the day. But yeah, why does it only has 3 fingers? So I think this is closer to a mitt, right? I'm gonna make a poll in chat. Hamburger Helper, mitten or glove? All right.
No.
Meek was the manager and asked if she would take up his offer of a hand. That's wild. Dumb old bear. That's crazy work. I went to Michigan 2 weeks ago. Oh. Wisconsin has the highest bar to person ratio. Yeah, because they have to drink because they live in Wisconsin. What's up, JB Benedict? Thank you. I appreciate that. 3 fingers and a thumb. Yeah, but like. Still. It's a little weird. Mittens don't have fingers. What do you call this? Wyoming Sasquatch 2 says dementia and delusion are a side effect of diabetes.
Diabetes.
That's wild. The Horrors for 5 says, imagine living in a state that doesn't have Bojangles or a cookout. We have cookouts all the time in Michigan. We have cool things here. I know it's your birthday, but it's a love, dude. Just let me have this. Oh, thank you so much. Shout out to the Twisted Twins. It's a happy birthday, Sneak Meek. We love you. Thank you. I don't know if you guys heard. You may be busy because you guys are always working on something new. But I don't know if you guys heard or not, but we are getting the Master Collection of Metal Gear Solid 4 in August. So when that drops, we're definitely playing it. We're going back to Sneak. We're returning. The return to Sneak Meek. Okay? I'm really looking forward to it. That's a thumb, Meek. Yeah, but it's kind of a finger. It's kind of like a... Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking? I'm just telling you guys, I dated a girl that used to wear the Arby's mitten, okay? That's it. She doesn't anymore. I don't know what she does now with her life. The oven mitt was a thing. Also, Wisconsin is just like Canada. That's wild. JD for 20 says, happy birthday. Your hair is thunderous. Thank you. It's kind of a mess because it gets all frizzy when the humidity and stuff. August will be there. I would love to see you guys hanging out with us as we play stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to the Saska sisters. Let's see what's going on in this poll. 61 votes, 31% mitten, huh? 31% mitten's a good number. That's a good amount. 31% of the chat thinks it's a mitten. I think that that's a pretty definitive conclusion on things. I don't think we need to look at it further. 31% of the chat thinks that it's a mitten. That's good. The Horrors for 2 says, see, don't even know what a big double is. We might have different definitions of what a big double is, because I think I know what a big double is, pretty sure. Shout out to the birthday meek. Thank you guys. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. Thank you, Sassy. I appreciate that. I know what a big double is, but not. See, the Sausage Sisters say it's a mitten. Shout out. Shout out. Yeah, I know a big double is probably not the same thing that you're thinking that it is. I think it's different. Mitten is legit. Yeah. So 69 are correct. I don't know. I don't understand that number. I don't know what you're saying. 31% of what I'm saying is 31% of the chat thinks it's a mitten. I think that's enough of a sample size to understand that it's, tomato. There's a very clear line. There's a clear delineation. People are confused. It is a very, very easy thing to get confused by. Turd wants me to check my DMs. What did you send me? I still only partially trust you. It's your birthday, Meek. It's a fucking mitten. Let's go. See? It's my birthday. It's whatever I know. It's whatever I want it to be. How many fingers does a boxing glove have? Holy crap, that's actually kind of rad, Turd. I'm not going to show that until the stream, Turd, but that is fucking rad. I don't know how you make these, but that is 100% the Tuesday night cooldown. That is the thumbnail. I'm not going to show anybody until it's ready. But Turd, thank you. Turd has been killing it on these thumbnails. I'm not going to lie, guys. Massive cope? I don't think so. Boxing glove doesn't really have like any fingers, right? It has a thumb, which is like a digit. I guess you could say the thumb's a finger. So one finger and then like it's a mitten. It's like a mitten just with the side. Read the whole thing, Mike. What didn't I read? What didn't I read? As we all know, fingers are boneless. See, the correct fingers. The correct answer. Yeah. PS3 meta references on MGS4 are gonna be weird as fuck. I wonder if they're gonna change that though. Highest cranberry producer in the U.S. is Wisconsin. I think we could change that in Michigan. I think we can turn that around. I also think that we're the biggest producer of asparagus. You look like I wanted to pinch some nipples. It is my birthday. In Canada, it's a mitten. See? They know what's up. The Saska sisters know what's up. Are mittens a sport? Mittens a sport? A thumb would be a phalange, but sure, but it's not a finger. So then technically a boxing glove would have no fingers on it. Just a little thing. Yeah, when you put your hand in the boxing glove, it's like this. But is it white asparagus? Sure. What kind of asparagus is it? I think Michigan's the biggest exporter. Yep, it's Michigan. 42% of the total U.S. production. You know what? If you're somebody out there and you like asparagus, you have Michigan to thank for that. We would know mittens is part of our Canadian heritage. That's true. As well as maple syrup. And maple leaves in general. Why don't I move to Canada then? Because I already live in Michigan. Glenathan for 2 says, so now you are with the Canadians, traitor? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand the reference. Death of Marco for 2 says, like the thumbnail, very PG Under Siege. Hey, shout out to Valentin Ferguson for making that thumbnail. It was really good. It wasn't supposed to be a thumbnail, but I made it a thumbnail. So, cheese is literally a miracle. That's true. Dude, cheese sounds really good right now. Mitten meaning, a type of glove with a single part for all the fingers and a separate part for the thumbs. Copy and pasted this. There you go. Boxing gloves are mittens. The hamburger helper thing, a lot of people think it's a mitten. The Canadians are saying it's a mitten. They know mittens more than anybody else does. Turd says, I have a burrito. I poured the contents out. What? Why would you do that? Is Michigan responsible for sticky pee? I think people that aren't hydrating enough are responsible for sticky pee. I don't think that has anything to do with Michigan in particular. Just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm going to go get water because I need to get some water because I forgot to bring my water with me. And then I am going to pull up Soulframe. We're going to try out Soulframe for a little while. Okay? Because that's what I want to do next. Lost Brave says, Meek skips my chats all the time now. Mrs. Rough Night, he doesn't like me. Is that so? Here we go. I just read your stuff. If I didn't like you, why would I read your super chats? Or why would I read your regular chats? I'm obviously paying attention to you right now. If you look and notice, I'm reading it out loud because I actually care. All right, let me go get some water real quick. I will be right back. I'm going to go get water. And then, like I said, we're going to start Soulframe because I want to check this game out and see what it's like. All right, I'll be right back. That one. I'm back. Hello. All right, I'm here. I just need to drink some water real quick. That's all.
Chicken grease in my soul. That's how I roll. KFC, baby. It's my favorite. Oh, give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. I think, give me that bucket. A finger licking chicken. From Kentucky to the bayou. The flavor's so right. That secret recipe keeps me up all night. Gotta have that punch, that wonderful spice. KFC, baby, it's a chicken paradise. Fried and crispy, can't resist me. KFC, a southern mystery, crunchy chicken, finger licking. Come and get it, that clock is ticking. Fried and crispy, don't you miss me. KFC, you're making history. Let's get lost. Oh, keep the cost low. KFC is the gravy gobble. Give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. Give me that bucket. Oh, give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. Give me that bucket.
What's up, Freddie and Koba? You showed up at just the right time. Wrong, a misleading thumbnail is promised a bikini. Nobody wants to see me in a bikini. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to see that. Paul Monopoly says, you're thirsty, so are we. Take it off. I'm not taking off my clothes on stream. Charles Devane says, is that wine or olive oil? It's neither. It's water. But it is this is like Saratoga water. So it came in a glass bottle. And I ordered it because I was like, hey, that's in a glass bottle. That's easier to clean than a plastic bottle. It doesn't put microplastics in my balls. And it looks like I'm drinking alcohol. So it's like that little kid, like that's like, I'm drinking, because they have like the little like plastic bag wrapped around their soda or something, you know? Makes me look cool.
Cerveza cristal. Cerveza cristal.
I wouldn't put it past Mike to drink straight olive oil. What? You have a filter, right? I do have a filter, but I wasn't using it today. Cleaning a water bottle? You guys don't... Hey, what's up, Scree Wadu? How you doing? You guys don't clean your water bottles? You know you're supposed to... You guys know you're supposed to clean your water bottles, right? Like, if you don't do that, that's bad for you. They get dirty. You don't dress in a bikini, you say. AI will do it for you. I know somebody tried to do that before. I know somebody tried to do that once before. I'm pretty sure somebody tried to put me in a bikini. Speaking of which, somebody actually... That'll be the last thing I do before I go pull this up. Somebody on X looked at my profile picture and asked... they asked to remove my relooted mask, and when X tried to do it, they made me actual legitimately black. So let me see if I can find it. I got to see if I can find this for you guys real quick. This is pretty fucking wild. Where is it? And then they tried to have like a fucking conversation with me, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I also just got sent this. I've been getting sent a shit ton of like Jesse Ventura stuff. I'm gonna play this real quick. I'm gonna read the super chat, and then I'm gonna play this Jesse Ventura thing. I'm also going all over the place right now because like I'm just letting my ADHD like I'm freebasing my brain right now. Isn't Saratoga bottles also plastic? No, this is glass. Listen. Like soap, water bottles are self-cleaning. No, they get dirty. They get dirty and stinky because human mouths are disgusting. SM Productions for 10 says, happy birthday, Meek. It's a good night to eat an entire cake on stream for your birthday. If you could listen to an entire album for the first time, what would it be? Beardo Fat. If I could listen to an entire album for the first time, Weird Al's, which one was it that had I'm Fat on it? Hold on. I think it was Running with Scissors. Is that the one? I think it was Running with Scissors. Hold on. What songs were on that one? Nope, that's The Saga Begins. I really liked The Saga Begins, or I mean that album, but I don't think it was that one. Hold on. Let me see which album it would be. Was it Even Worse? I think it was Even Worse. Yeah, Even Worse. Technically, any Weird Al album would be good to rewatch or re-listen to the first time. The human mouth is a disgusting place. It is. You guys didn't know that? You guys didn't do you guys not understand like how like disgusting the human mouth is? Like even somebody that brushes their teeth consistently and stuff, like our mouths are designed. You clicking that bottle does not make it plastic. Do I need to just like smash this on the like counter so you guys see that it's glass? Just smash it on the counter so you can see the jagged glass pieces. Straight Outta Linwood is a good one as well. That one's also a really good one. But like, no. Backwash is filled with bacteria that gets into bottles and eventually grows. Yes, it's true. This dude is afraid of his own. Oh, that's a quote from Finding Nemo. I don't remember that. Hold on, let me see if I can make it blow. Scattered Night says, happy birthday. Thank you. See? It's glass. You can't do that with a plastic bottle. Apes naturally die in the wild at the age of 36 from tooth infection. Well, it's a good thing I'm going to live past that. Okay? About the South mouth? No, no. Yeah, mouths are designed to break down food. We have bacteria and like acid. Like our mouths are like acidic. If you get bit by another human and they break skin on you, like that's like prone to infections because of how like dangerous our bodies actually are. You know? Scattered Night says, yesterday was my birthday. Didn't know me and Epic Mike were both Pisces. Hell yeah. Shout out, happy birthday. Happy late birthday to you. A true Southmouth birthday? What does that mean? No, there's no buts. Enzymes, yeah, our mouths are acidic. And they're dangerous. And they're designed to be extremely strong and bite through a lot of things that black people don't know we can actually bite through. Mike, what streaming software you use? I use OBS, not Streamlabs OBS. OBS, pure OBS. Shout out to Disproof for being the one that taught me that. So, you know, all of your mouth germs are actually in your mouth at this very moment. I did. They don't pose an issue to me because one, I'm not biting myself, and two, my mouth and my body are like used to whatever particular cocktail of weirdness is my mouth composition. But if I bite other people, you can get sick. You can make somebody sick as fuck biting someone else, like in breaking skin. Even if you brush your teeth, even if you floss all the time and use mouthwash, all that stuff, yes, you're killing bacteria in your mouth, but some of the bacteria that lives in your mouth is supposed to live there. Just like some of the bacteria in your stomach is supposed to live there. It's because of the way that the human mouth is just designed. We have disgusting mouths. It's why if you spitting at somebody, it's such a fucking insult. It's not just because you spit at somebody, it's because your spit is disgusting. And if it gets in your eyes or gets in your bloodstream in any way, shape, or form, that shit can make you sick as fuck. That's why spitting is so fucking bad. Oh, Alec Baldwin's finger. Thank you for the raid. Hey, shout out to the GCA. If you haven't already, go sub to Alec Baldwin's finger. Go support the GCA. Shout out. And also, congratulations to Alec Baldwin's finger. Mr. Man, He is now married. Let's pull it up. Well, hold on, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up real quick. Let's look at these two. Jessica Lindstrom, Alec Baldwin's finger. Let's look at them. It's public. Okay, it's on social media. Look at them. Keeping love alive. It's so fucking exciting. Congratulations to you two. Love seeing it. That is legit true happiness right there. I love it. Very, very, very fucking excited. Congratulations again on the new couple. Love to see it. That shit is very exciting. Love it when good people find each other. Awesome shit, man. Love, look at that. Love truly does make a house a home. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. No, congratulations. Oh wait, I have actual things I can play for the, look at that. There we go. They look so fucking happy. I'm so happy for them. Thank you for the raid. Hey, what's up, Nagardal? Yes, how you doing, Nagardal? Good to see you. We were just congratulating the new couple, so very, 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 very exciting. Okay, real quick, I gotta watch this video. Somebody sent me a video of Jesse Ventura doing an interview and why he lives off the grid, and we gotta listen to him talk about it, because when you guys, people that don't know anything about Jesse Ventura have no idea that, like, I'm not even that off kilter when I'm going off on my rants about the things that this man actually says.
Split your time between Mexico and Minneapolis. Yeah. Is it true that you live in Mexico half the year? You split your time between Mexico and Minneapolis. Yeah. Is it true that you have no TV, phone, or electricity there?
I live off the grid. I live an hour from pavement and an hour from electricity. I have everything you have electric-wise because I'm completely solar. I live off the sun. Okay. And there's the place to do it. You get sun all but about 4 days a year. I do not have TV there per se. I have a TV that we watch movies and DVDs on, how outdated those are, but I got tons of them. We do have internet satellite, and we can do Skype. But other than that, I have no communications to the United States other than doing my Off the Grid show, which we do from various locations so that the drones won't find me and kill me. Because you know, today if you speak ill about United States government and policy, we will kill you without a trial with a drone. We've done it before and certainly will do it again. Does that not concern you? That our government kills people without a trial, its own citizens? But we're doing it, aren't we? Isn't that unconstitutional? Why are we breaking our constitution?
First, I gotta point out the fact that they're doing cuts because he's going off on these rants, and they've taken so long they had to cut sections out of the interview. The other thing I love about this is when you see at the very beginning, when he's just talking about his regular life, he has a little bit of like a rock that he does, which is why I do this one, because it's like it's a little bit easier to do the head thing. But like, watch.
4 days a year. I have these on, how outdated.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
You see, he does a little rock.
Is it true that you have...
When he locks in on the conspiracy stuff, though, he loses the rock, completely disappears. You can see him sitting forward a little bit.
To the United States, other than doing my Off the Grid show.
So you see him like doing this
various locations
until he starts talking about the drones, and he loses.
Won't find me and kill me. Because you know, today if you speak ill about United States government and policy, we will kill you without a trial with a drone. We've done it before.
And they have to cut it because you can see that he's still going.
Not concern you?
And yes, his conspiracy show was good. I'm not speaking ill of Jesse Ventura. It's just funny to me
that our government kills people without a trial. Its own.
This guy's like, Wow. is so... Yeah, he looked up at the ceiling for the drones. I don't tell anybody where I live in the Baja, because if they ever found out where I lived, they would send the drones after me. You probably don't know this right now because they put up fake windows in the background. These aren't even real windows. A lot of people, I'm sure, are watching this interview right now and assuming that they would know exactly where I was when I gave this interview, but we all know that's not the case. I'm not even actually in the continental United States right now while I'm giving this interview, because they would try to kill me if they could, but they can't. I'm such a patriot. They know that that's the first person they go, you understand I was the governor of Minnesota. Think about what's being said here. If you just listen to what I'm trying to explain to you, they come after me because I'm a true patriot. Why would they try to get rid of a governor, a former governor, unless I was saying something that was true? So instead, I moved out of the continental United States. I don't even live here. I live in the Baja with my 175 dogs. And the only reason I do that is to protect myself and protect the loved ones around me. You know, I wouldn't be doing this interview if I thought that there was any chance they could find me. I don't even drive a vehicle. A lot of people don't understand how I get around. And obviously you saw how I arrived and what I arrived in. You know, spoiler alert, there are tunnels all under the continental United States. And the vehicle that I use in those tunnels is very efficient. When they talk about the Alaskan bullworm, they're actually talking about a very specific type of traveling vehicle. You know, they made fun of that in that cartoon. What is that cartoon? SpongeBob SquarePants. But the Alaskan bullworm is actually a type of vehicle that I traverse the continental United States in their underground tunnel system that they abandoned in 1987. You probably didn't know that they did that. You see, George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton together worked to dig these tunnels under the United States. The program started with Lyndon B. Johnson because he wanted to make sure that the president could get to safety if something ever happened. And then they abandoned the project like the United States government abandons all projects. And so I utilized that by building a very specific type of vehicle that we call the Alaskan bullworm. And we travel around the states in the tunnels that way. The drones can't actually see through the ground. You see, drones only have so much penetrative force on the ground with their infrared and their X-ray vision, and so they can't really see underneath into the tunnels. That's why I do what I do. And these windows that you see here aren't even real windows. You can look out them and you see things moving, but those are televisions. This is actually a set I constructed myself. I was one of the first people to ever make one of these. You see Julian Assange and he's in a room and it's completely grayed out and they have all the lights in different places to make you not know where it is. Hell, I don't have to do all of that. I just sit in a room with fake windows and I give whatever interviews I want, and it looks like we're sitting right here in the great state of Wisconsin, which I'm not. I'm just saying if I was in a state, it probably would be something like Wisconsin that I would be in.
Citizens, but we're doing it, aren't we? Isn't that unconstitutional? Why are we breaking our Constitution and our Bill of Rights on a regular basis in this country? That's the fabric of our nation.
He's not like wrong. It's just how he says it. That's the funny part, is it's how he says it. So what's your opinion on AJ Styles' retirement? I thought his retirement was handled horribly. I think Gunther retiring him is cool, but the way they handled his retirement was dog shit. He deserved better than that. Dude, I'm not trying to I'm legitimately not trying to mock Jesse Ventura. It's just this guy, that's how he legitimately, that's how he acts and talks. And it's pretty great. Like, one of these days you're going to go too far in the Ventura and never come back. It's possible. It's very possible. Oh, Brimstone. Hey, shout out. He wished me a happy birthday over on X. Twitter. It's just fucking Twitter. And this is the clip he shared. So look at that little blast from the past over on Twitter. Shout out to Brimstone. Stop disliking my reviews.
You do need to get a better look at it. I would like to not do that. Disparu.
A few moments later.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
And you decided to scream.
I hated that game so much. Oh, is Scree way too mad at me right now? Wait a minute, you don't even live in the United States. He's like, Mike is making fun of a war hero. I just said I'm not making fun of him. I'm literally just sharing. I'm just sharing the stuff that he talks about. Okay? If you can't pick on our veterans, who can you pick on? Okay? I'm not mocking them for their service. I would never do that. I very much appreciate every single person that has gone into active combat and active duty in our country and that has served us and taken care of us. Very much appreciate them. But watching Jesse Ventura go off on rants about drones chasing him down and trying to kill him for doing interviews, it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty entertaining. But shout out to our veterans. Except for Kata. That's wild. I didn't watch his most recent thing. Did he do another thing with his retirement? Maybe he did. I didn't see that, but I mean, they're trying to give him a good send out. I think he deserved a full on retirement tour, just like John Cena did. I think AJ Styles is a better wrestler and contributed far more to wrestling in a positive light than John Cena ever did. Happy Life is Short. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Brimstone. I appreciate you posting that up. Stop disliking my reviews. Rootless Redneck says, I enlisted and got drunk for 4 years in Okinawa. Thank me for my service, damn it. I did thank you for your service. That's wild. This game is one of the reasons I stayed here. You and chat accepted me. I love you crazy fuckers. Of course. Angie, we love everybody in chat. And no, I won't stop the dislike. Damn it. AJ wanted to keep it a secret. Oh, okay. So that actually makes sense. He probably wanted to just go out on his own and not make a big deal about it. That sucks. There should have been. I would have loved to have seen AJ get like a major send off. He deserves it. He's not the kind of guy to do that, but he deserves it. I think he deserves it. Way more than Cena did. How dare you mock my service while I give you money earned from said service, Miki? That's a bad look. Wait, I think I just got grifted. That's wild. That's crazy. Yes, thank you for your service. AJ hands down better than Cena. I'm not just saying that because we went to the same wrestling school. You went to the same wrestling school as AJ Styles? Bro, AJ Styles legitimately is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He is a decade late to being like, I think a legitimate conversation for Mount Rushmore level wrestlers, because being in like TNA and stuff like that, the fact that he did as well as he did in TNA, is phenomenal. But it was just, it's not even the cultural impact. It's the impact that he had on wrestling in general. He just didn't get the eyes on him that he deserved to get the kind of love that I think he deserved as a wrestler. So, let me see here. Oh, I actually missed a couple. So Highlander for 2 says, happy birthday, sir. What's your favorite RPG ever? You know, that is a great question that I've been thinking about a lot recently, because I've actually been going back through and playing Lost Odyssey, and I fucking love Lost Odyssey. Lost Odyssey is one of my favorite RPGs I've ever played. And it's made me like actually think about like RPGs again and trying to figure that out. And if I had to just like hands down look at it, it is a really, really close tie. Favorite RPGs of all time. It is a really close tie. A three-way tie between Knights of the Republic 1, Golden Sun, and Final Fantasy VI. It's kind of a three-way tie before them. I don't know if I can pick between those three. Honestly. Like, if I had to pick, yeah, I just don't know if I could pick between those three. Like, if I had to, I think Golden Sun and Final Fantasy VI kind of edge out KOTOR, but KOTOR is like one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely loved Knights of the Republic playing that for the first time. I was mind blown. But I also felt the same way about playing Final Fantasy VI, and I also felt the same way about playing Golden Sun for the first time. I like Chrono Trigger. Here's the thing. I didn't play Chrono Trigger until much later in my life. Didn't Mike say he was going to play? I was going to try to play KOTOR on my birthday. The only reason I didn't play KOTOR on my birthday was because I explained earlier we were having some health issues with my kid, and so I didn't have the freedom today to be able to stream all day. But I wanted to stream KOTOR on my birthday. I'd really considered it. But yeah, I KOTOR because I love Star Wars, and I think KOTOR is one of the best Star Wars, one of the best non-movie Star Wars projects that we've ever gotten. It's one of the best video games ever made. I think KOTOR is in the top 20 best video games ever made. It's phenomenal. I think Final Fantasy is the best of the entire franchise. So I loved Final Fantasy VI a lot. And then Golden Sun for me, I don't know what it was, but that's a lot of nostalgia. I do think Golden Sun's a phenomenal RPG as well. But there was just something about that game at the time that I played it that I just was like really attached to it. And I just had like a really, really, really fond attachment to the Golden Sun 1 and 2 games. But it's kind of a three-way tie. And if I like had a gun to my head and I had to absolutely choose one RPG that stands above all the rest as like, this is my favorite one of all time, it's probably Final Fantasy VI. It's probably Final Fantasy VI. Yeah. I don't know why, but Kefka as a villain was so underrated. That twist that you like, there's a couple twists with him as a villain that I just thought were really well executed. You have, what is it, 15? No, is it 15 or 11? I think it's 15. 14. Final Fantasy VI has 14 playable characters in the game, and they all get storylines. They all get they're all integral to the story. They're all important, and they handle all of them in their storylines and where they end up and where they go together and the team compositions and stuff so well. And this is a game that was, like on the fucking Super Nintendo, and they handled it so well. And that opening where you're in the suits, the mech suits, like going towards the city for the first time and stuff. I legitimately, yeah, I don't, the more I think about it, yeah, like Final Fantasy VI is probably the clear winner. There's just like some really awesome moments in that game that I just don't think could be topped, because every game after that kind of chased that moment. Like, there's a moment with a character that, like, there's a thing happening and they say, please wait for me. And if you don't wait for them, the game, like, gives you a timer that you have to like escape, and if you don't like wait for them, that character will just permanently die and be gone in the game. But if you wait for them to the very last second, they show up and then you escape with them, and then they show up later in the game. Like stuff like permanent decisions like that I loved. I've talked about this a lot on stream, but it was the first time that I've ever experienced a game dealing with and like approaching like loss with me and like depression and stuff, because there's like an entire section of the game where you're this character and you're trying to nurse this other character back to health, and then they like you do this fetch it mission where you're grabbing all these things and you're trying to collect food and water and all this stuff, and then like the character just they die. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't save them, and then they die, and your character, like, you get a little mission pop up and it just tells you to go to the top of the cliff of the building that you're in, or the island that you're on, and you go to the top of the cliff, and then you realize your character gave you that prompt because they're gonna kill themselves, and you're like, oh my god. Like, I remember as a kid, like, being absolutely shocked by the fact that this game was approaching something that dark, you know. And turd, this is like very minor. I'm not spoiling a lot of the game, okay? There's a lot of other stuff in the game that I will not spoil for you, but like that moment was so profound to me as a kid, because I'd never really seen a game approach something like that. You know, most of the time you're used to like platformers, and you're used to like fun things and enjoyable things, or even in RPGs, sure, like things go bad or whatever, but you know, like even like Final Fantasy, what is it, 4 with the twins, where they, you know, kind of sacrifice themselves to save everybody and stuff. Like those moments are amazing, and you're like, wow, that's really profound. But like for when that happens for the first time, you're like, whoa, man, like I didn't expect this. And as a kid, you know, like watching this and realizing like what the game was saying to me and stuff, I don't know, man. It's pretty rad. Final Fantasy VI is amazing. RL Dog, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Dragon Age Origins is phenomenal as well. It's excellent game. Expedition 33 is not in my, as if I'm classifying just RPGs, Expedition 33 is really up there, man. It's in my top 20 best games of all time. I think it's, you know, I'd have to actually like categorize all of them. I legitimately think that Expedition 33 will only age well with time. And I think that it is one of the best games ever made. There's a lot of games up there. There's a lot of games in those categories, but in RPG, in just the RPG category, easily top 20, maybe top 15. And that's saying something, because there's a lot of really good RPGs out there. There's just, the story is so fucking good. You know, I'm going through here. I'm going to read the rest of these super chats real quick, and then I want to read the rest of those, because I'm curious what you guys' favorite RPGs are. I love RPG conversations. RPGs are my favorite type of game to play. I play everything, but those are one of my favorite types of games to play. Jose Taco for 2 says, Feliz cumpleaños mi aguimo, que Dios te bendiga. Is that happy birthday, my friend? God bless you? That's what I'm assuming it is. Thank you. Dark Magician for 2 says, happy birthday. Please stay blessed, Beardo Fat. Hey, thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. Nagradol member for 6 months says, happy birthday, Mike. Can my parents have some birthday cake? I'm gonna let him eat my cake. I'll see what I can do. Okay. I'll see what I can do. No promises. Rough Night says, did you ever play Jade Empire? I have started Jade Empire, and I've only gotten like an hour into the game. I own it. It's on Steam. I own it on Steam. I do want to play it at some point. BioWare at their best was just pumping out bangers, and I know that Jade Empire looks cool. I also love the aesthetic, like fantasy, like feudal Japan, feudal China, like fantasy like that, cultivation, like the cultivation system, or the chi and magic and stuff. I think it's awesome. I love the idea of it. And so I'm excited to play something like that. I would love that. It's actually why I'm so like in love with like Where Winds Meet, because I really love that system. So KOTOR is one of my favorites for sure. I know it pisses some people off, Mustang McCracken says, but I think KOTOR is better than any of the movies, easily better than the prequels. I dig it. I think it's amazing. Highlander says Expedition moved into my top 10 games of all time. Dude, I understand. I understand. Valenturd says, what is Golden Sun? Golden Sun was an RPG, turn-based RPG for the Game Boy Advanced. And it's just a fantasy game, but the way the system like works, like, so your characters in the game are like, it's a traditional RPG, but each of your characters has an element that's assigned to them. And what you do in the game as you play through, you find these gens all over the game. They're not like genie in the traditional sense. They're gens, like little sprite spirits, and they all have their different elements to them. And in the game, when you collect them, they can add to your, like, you can activate them in combat and they can add to your stats and make your character more powerful. But you can also like use them, like you can like use them, your character could use them to like create summons, and the more of them that you had, the more powerful the summons became. And that you could use that against enemies in combat. So like one of the characters could summon Ramu, which is a Final Fantasy, like a character that gets summoned in Final Fantasy games. You could summon Ramu and they would show up, or like you could summon Gaia if you had enough like earth gens with you. And then when you summon them, those gens would go on a cooldown, so you'd lose your stat bonuses, but you do this crazy powerful attack to the boss. So like you had to like strategically decide, do I want these characters to you could also use like, what is it, Venus? You could summon Venus with the water gens and stuff like that. So that was kind of like the unique aspect of that, but also like the puzzles in the game are really cool. I just really like Golden Sun. I love the aesthetic of it, and as a kid I played so much of that game and I loved it. And then the cool part was in the second game, you could get a code. After you beat the first game, you could get a code. And if you save that code, I wrote it down on paper or whatever. If you wrote it down and then you punch that code into Golden Sun 2, it would transfer your save over. And that was the other thing too, is like at the beginning of the game, like the characters have their own names, but you could, if you press like a couple buttons at the start screen, you could change the name of the characters to whatever you wanted to. And then those names would also transfer over and stuff. It was cool. I loved it. And then Dark Magician, I did read your happy birthday super chat. Thank you so much. But yeah, Dragon Age Origins is awesome. I know people are going to freak out about this, but I have never played The Legend of Dragoon. It was always a game that was on my list to play, and I never got around to it. And I probably, like, at some point will just download a PS1 emulator and play it, but I never got a chance to play Legend of Dragoon. Shining Force series, I've heard Shining Force was good. I've never played Silver Star Story. I've heard of it, but I've never played it. I miss when BioWare's a good company. Yeah, me too, bro. And yeah, the music in that they're so good. Thank you, RL Dog. I appreciate that. First Mass Effect is up there. First Mass Effect is excellent, dude. I love the Mass Effect series. Yes, Metal Gear Solid, it says Alec Ebeling did stuff like that. Yeah, that was why I love the Metal Gear Solid games. I did not expect those games to be as good as they were. I did not expect that much depth in a game. So, and yes, Mustang McCracken, yeah, dude, Final Fantasy VI blew my mind as a kid. And I know a lot of people know Final Fantasy VII more than 6, and I like it, but from what I played of 7, but I have been in so many arguments with 7 versus 6 people, and I just, from what I've played of 7 and what I know about 7, it's good, but it's like Final Fantasy VII is like great, and I think like Final Fantasy VI is like greater. Yeah. Sounds like a shocking thing to experience for the first time. I'll try to pretend that's what's happening when I get to it. That is not even the most shocking thing that happens in the game, turd. There is way other things. Glenn Jones says Deus Ex was a game changer. I like the Deus Ex games. I don't know if I played the first one. I think the first one I played was Secret War. Is that the second one? I talked about this before. Or Invisible War. The first one I ever played was Invisible War. And then I played how many of these games did I play? Let's see here. So I played Invisible War. I played Human Revolution, and then I never got to Mankind Divided. I really wanted to play Mankind Divided, and I never got to it. I've heard that some people liked it and some people didn't. I liked Human Revolution for what it was. I kind of dug the twist at the end with the bad guys and who the bad guys were revealed to be. I kind of dug that. I almost spoiled it, but I'm not going to spoil it. So, because I would want people to actually go out and play those games. They're good. They're really fun games. They're also really good, like cyberpunk games that just don't get the love that they deserve. So yeah. Brimstone says, I thought I should tell you, I'm working on my own werewolf game using both Werewolf the Apocalypse and Werewolf the Forsaken stuff. Really? What are you combining about the two of them? And also, are you using 20th anniversary, or are you using Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition? I'm curious. Suikoden. Dragon Quest 8 is way up on my RPG list. So I've played Dragon Quest 11, and I played, I think it was Dragon Quest, whichever one was on the, let me see here. Hold on. Whichever games came out for the, was it Dragon Quest 7? I think it was Dragon Quest 7 that was on the Game Boy Advanced. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't play the Dragon Quest. No, I played one on an emulator. Which one did I play? I'm trying to think of which one I played. Because I remember playing like the whichever one I played, it was back when it was still like 2D sprites and stuff. And that was when I played like years ago. And maybe it wasn't the GBA. I don't know. But I remember playing that one, and then I didn't touch the Dragon Quest series for a while. And then I played 11, and I loved 11. I thought 11 was phenomenal. I thought it was an excellent game. Close to like a perfect RPG for what it was, because the story was like surprisingly deep. Like I've talked about this before on stream too, so I try not to repeat myself a ton, but I'm going to do it anyways. When I first started playing Dragon Quest 11 was like, I think in 2020. Hold on, let me see here. It was when it came out for the... Yeah, so I played it in 2020 when it came out on Xbox. Yep, in December of 2020. So maybe it's 2021. So 2020, 2021, I played the definitive edition of Dragon's Quest 11. And I think it is a near perfect video game. I think it's really fucking damn close to a perfect video game. I also think I 100%ed it, or came really damn close to 100%ing it, because I also like maxed out my character levels, and I fought the secret boss at the end and killed the secret boss at the end and everything. And I fucking love Dragon's Quest 11. It's one of the, that one, Mass Effect 1 and 2 are like two of the only games that I actually like achievement hunted for because I love them so much. So yeah. Final Fantasy VII, Lost Odyssey, Mass Effect 1, also good ones. Shadow Force 1 and 2 on Genesis, I could replay over and over again. I dig that. I love turn-based RPGs, so. Happy birthday, Meek. Hope your day is full of great memories with your family. Thank you, promo code Pillow. I appreciate that. I did play Baldur's Gate 1, but I've never played Baldur's Gate 2 or Vampire the Masquerade's Bloodlines. I know Dispro's played both of those. He said Baldur's Gate 2 is one of his favorite RPGs, and that makes me want to play Baldur's Gate 2 really bad. I played the original Bard's Tale. I played Bard's Tale 2. I played, there was an old one that I talk about all the time that was from Microsoft called Castle of the Winds. I played the shit out of that one. Let me think here. Like, I mean, I played some of the Might and Magic games. Heroes of Might and Magic. I played the King's Quest games. I've never played Vampire the Masquerade, but that's because I don't like vampires a whole lot. I don't know. There's a lot of those games that I've played. I've never played a Fire Emblem game. I've heard Fire Emblem's really fucking good though. Djinns like genies. That's kind of what they're like, kind of, sort of. Did you make your thumbnail in Microsoft Paint? I don't know where Turd made that thumbnail, but I like them a lot. So, Uriah Lama for 2 says, you must play Legend of Dragoon. It's so good. It's on my list. I will play it. I will play it one day. I really will. Have you ever played Vagrant Story? I've heard of it, but I've never played it. If you like Lost Odyssey, I think you'd like that one. Okay. What is Rough Night asking? Jinn. Yeah, like a genie. Like Jinn. Jinn. Sorry, I didn't pronounce my N's correctly. Sorry. Deus Ex is more sleek compared to Cyberpunk. I agree. Yeah. Mankind Divided fucked itself up. It was going to be a live service with multiple DLCs and it got canceled. Oh, that sucks. I should play Revengeance right now to celebrate his birthday. I thought about it. I really did consider it, but I'm probably not going to do that. I never liked Cyberpunk. I like steampunk, but the whole Cyberpunk aesthetic creeps me out. Really? See, I like Cyberpunk. I like Cyberpunk. Steampunk, I enjoyed steampunk. I think steampunk kind of got co-opted by a lot of people that made steampunk almost insufferable at times. Thank you, Unacceptable Views. I appreciate the birthday wish. Sissy, have a great night. Appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me on my birthday. Much love to you and little man. Zero Strife, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for coming to hang out. Dragon Quest 8 is good too. I'll have to try it. I really like Dragon Quest 11. I thought that was such a blast. Trails in the Sky remake. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I need to finish Lost Odyssey eventually. It's good. I love Lost Odyssey. Baldur's Gate 2 is fantastic. And then like more recently I played like I really enjoyed. I played some of Pathfinder Kingmaker. I haven't beaten it yet. Rogue Trader Warhammer 40K is excellent. I really enjoy that one. I played the shit out of the system that Pillars of Eternity. Yeah. Pillars of Eternity 1. And I played some of Deadfire, but I haven't beaten Pillars of Eternity 1. I got really far into the game and then my save file got corrupted and I didn't go back and revisit it. Divinity Original Sin 2 is excellent. So hi, Steph. It says happy birthday. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate it. Thank you, Majin Studio. I appreciate that, man. The oldest son's B-Day today is 2. He turned 18. Oh, man. You got an adult. Well, listen, congratulations. He's now made it to manhood. That's exciting. That's awesome, man. Congratulations on having an adult, bro. Getting a kid to 18 years old. That's a huge accomplishment. You made an adult. You made a grown-up. That's just exciting. How far back in the chat? I was really far back, but I'm caught up now. Yeah, steampunk can get kind of cringe. Yeah, it just gets overly used. I like it when it doesn't feel like people are trying too hard to be like edgy steampunky and just like the setting feels like it's earned legitimately. So the Shadowrun games, I've heard Shadowrun are fun and I've never played them, but I've heard Shadowrun was fun. I know that there's a lot of Shadowrun games actually on like the Xbox as well, like on Game Pass. Pillars 1 is amazing. It's as good as Baldur's Gate 2 in my opinion if it had multiplayer. Really? Because I really enjoyed Pillars of Eternity 1. I just haven't beat it yet. Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 doesn't get the respect it deserves. Yeah, it's one of the best superhero games ever made. I'll 100% give you that one. Spider-Man 2 is fucking phenomenal, dude. Shadowrun is still cool. Yeah, but what's cool about Shadowrun too is there's Shadowrun, I know it's an RPG. There's a system called what is it called? Is it just called Shadowrun? Is it just called Shadowrun? It's based on the Shadowrun system, but it's not D&D. It is Shadowrun. No, it is Savage Worlds. That's what it was. So there's Shadowrun, and I think Savage Worlds is based on the Shadowrun system. Is that what it is? Hold on, let me see here. Shadowrun had been adapted by the Savage Worlds system. Okay. But yeah, I like Savage Worlds. I didn't love all of Savage Worlds. It's fine. There's some things I really like about that system. There's some things I really hate about that system. But I've also like the Shadowrun series. What I know about it, it sounds interesting. Just never delved too deep into I've never delved too deep into like the Shadowrun games. I think it could be fun though. I definitely would check it out at some point. Hey, thank you for the birthday wish, Hogo. I appreciate that. This time of year is awful for sickness. Are you feeling any better? I know you were struggling. Oh, they're talking to Sassy. Well, I hope Sassy feels better. Jose Taco, member for 9 months, says Wild Arms on PS1 was good. I remember hearing about Wild Arms. Dragon Quest VII was DS. Okay. Dragon Quest 11 also had 2D on 3DS included on Switch. Later updated on PS4 and Xbox. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one I played then. I'll have to go back and check it out. Maybe it was the first game. What's up, Pedro Avila? How you doing, man? Thank you for the birthday wish. Why the eggplant? What's the eggplant mean? Original Spider-Man 2 is one of the best games ever. Yeah, it's so good as a superhero game. The open world, the fact that you can go all over New York City, the fights with Dr. Octopus and stuff are fucking excellent. The use of, I feel like that's one of the few games that got spider sense correct, and that you can just press a button to dodge. The only reason that you can't press a button to dodge is if you're already in the middle of an attack, and so the action cancels out the ability to use the spider sense. I think it handles spider sense the best. Spider sense I think should be active to a point. You know, I don't want to be super down on the current Spider-Man games. I don't want to be down on them, but I really had a problem with all of the filler content. And, you know, somebody gifted me that and I felt bad because I was extremely appreciative of them gifting it to me. But is it really your birthday? Yes, it is my birthday today. Yep. I wanted to hang out with you guys. So what did I not answer, Tur? What are you asking about? It's a good name for an RPG though, don't you think? What is? Hold on. You ever played Penultimate Maritime? Probably not because I made it up. That is a good name for an, that sounds like a Japanese RPG. Penultimate Maritime. I dig it. But yeah, I really wanted to like Spider-Man. And I wish that it felt like there was more organic growth to the game. The problem is like a lot of the leveling system is attached to the filler in a way that I really didn't like. I love the traversal system. I love the way that I love the traversal system. I love the swing mechanics. I love how Spider-Man looks. I like how it feels. You know, even the random events I thought were really cool, but they become, if you're going to have like a limited amount of events, like if you're going to play a game and then you're going to try to like have a Spider-Man game where you have like random crimes and things happening. Like, oh, you know what? A random car jacker is driving away, or somebody's trying to rob a bank. Getting into combat and trying to like deal with that, I feel like should be like a very simple, kind of easy task. It should be like, not everything has to be a difficult mechanic or require, not everything in a game requires a level of difficulty or challenge to it. I know this is going to sound really weird, but like, as Spider-Man, you have like 5 thugs that are trying to break into a bank, and they have guns, and so guns are dangerous because you're not bulletproof. But like, you have spider sense, you're faster than them, you have webs, all of that stuff. It shouldn't be particularly difficult to take down thugs. And I get that it's a video game, and so you go like, well, we want like some kind of video game mechanic so you can fight them and stuff. But it's like, I would like there to be more more of a disparity between Spider-Man's rogues gallery and a random thug on the street, and that's not there. Like, that's not there, and that bothers me a lot, because like, it's like, as Spider-Man, when you watch like Spider-Man, he's swinging through the city, and the lady goes, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, help, man stole my purse. Like, Spider-Man swings through the city, he swings up to the guy, webs him up by his legs, grabs the purse, brings it back to the lady. Spider-Man 2 did that. That is in Spider-Man 2. You could absolutely do that. And it's not particularly difficult to take down a random running criminal because he's just a regular guy. But the problem is, when you get into it, you run into a situation where you have a thug that stole a purse or whatever it is. You go to stop him. His buddies come out of the woodwork, so he has like 5 buddies with him for some reason for one purse. And then when you start fighting, 2 more cars pull up and more buddies of his get out. And it's like artificially inflating the size of the fight. Instead of it being like, you know what, it'd be funny if you just like, you kind of beat these guys up or take them out. And if you want to keep it interesting, occasionally maybe one of them can take a hostage if there's people nearby. So you have to look out for like collateral damage. But that's not how this game goes. It is kind of just as difficult to fight a regular thug on the street as it is to fight a boss. The difference in that Spider-Man game is that the boss mechanics are kind of gimmicky, and that they limit you to how much you can do at a certain time. And that bothers me a lot. Not saying everything should be like a Souls-like where you can just run in and just tank the fucking boss, but it's frustrating in an action style game that you run into a situation where in the middle of combat you are forced to stop and be interrupted by a cutscene or a scripted moment in the fight, and then have to like adapt to that part of it, versus like, hey, the natural consequence of X, Y, or Z is this. Like, one of the things I think in the game is that like, I know they do this in Batman as well. Arkham Asylum handled this very well. When you use the gargoyles can feel a little bit OP. Except after a while, the enemy starts to figure out what you're doing, and then they start going around and destroying the gargoyles. So now that's a problem for you because you can't hide on everything. And you have to run out of things. Like, and I feel like they should have taken, Insomniac Games should have taken some notes from Rocksteady and how they handled the Arkham series. And I think that could have helped inform them of how to handle the Spider-Man series. I think there could have been more of that, because there's collectibles and stuff in Batman Arkham Asylum, but it doesn't feel like the story or the gameplay itself is taking a back seat to it's taking a back seat, or the plot is taking a back seat to all of that stuff. Yeah, and the quick time events definitely bothered me. Yeah, the plant mines and the gargoyles. Yep. And like alarms and stuff as well. And I just feel like, you know, the scale can get bigger for Spider-Man, because that's the interesting part. The interesting part about Spider-Man is because he is just such a regular guy that like, but he's so powerful and he's so skilled and so gifted that like fighting random criminals is not really a difficult day for him. What happens is, what am I drinking? This is just water. What happens is when you start playing the game, as time goes on, things progress. Spider-Man starts running into bigger enemies and bigger challenges and bigger problems because everything is so simple for him, you know, for the most part. And then eventually, like, he gets into a situation where he's in over his head and then has to figure it out, you know? So I don't know. It's just one of the things I wanted to love Insomniac Spider-Man, and I didn't. But I compared it to games like Spider-Man 2 and what is it, Ultimate Spider-Man? Is that the one with Venom? Is that the game? Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man. Is it Ultimate Spider-Man? Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man, where you get to play as Venom and Spider-Man. That game is fun. That's a really good Spider-Man game. Spider-Man, what is it? Shattered Dimensions? No, hold on. Is it Shattered Dimensions? Yeah, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is awesome. You get 4 different like spider characters that all have different traits and abilities and aesthetics. Fucking awesome game. Really enjoyable game. But like, so you have good Spider-Man games that we've played, and you're gonna compare a game like Spider-Man, the Activision's like what is it, 2018 Spider-Man to the previous games, and you go, okay, cool. Like, how does this compare to the games that I've played? And yeah, I don't know. It just really bothered me. So yeah, it just bothered me a lot, man. I just think it should have been handled better. So, Joe, C8 One Eye Pureblood. Joe, I hope you're doing well, man. Just gifted a membership. Joe, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Been around a long time. Very much appreciate you. Shout out to Joe. Web of Shadows. I know we talked about that one as well. Yes, so I played Web of Shadows. I think. Let me see here. Let's just go down a list of all the Spider-Man games that have come out and which ones I have played. So I played The Amazing Spider-Man for the original Game Boy. I remember a friend of mine had that game, and I played that way back in the day. Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage, is that the side scroller? I think I played that as well. I think that's the one I played as well. It might have been Maximum Carnage. I played the Spider-Man 2000. Spider-Man 2000 was on like the PS4 or the PlayStation 1, the Game Boy Color, which it was very downgraded. Spider-Man 2000 is really, really fucking good and has like a ton of deep cuts and like a fun gameplay mechanic. It also has like a ton of extra costumes in the game and a ton of secrets. And one of the best parts of the game is if you get to a certain thing unlocked in the game, you get what if mode and the Watcher, which is also kind of wild that they even have the Watcher in the game. The Watcher like starts the game out and explains to you that like the game you're playing is the same exact game except with like some things maybe change or different. So like characters show up that weren't in the game originally and all this kind of stuff. Hey, thank you, Me, Myself, and I for the 199. Appreciate you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Like, and that was the first introduction I'd ever got to the Watcher and him even being in things. Let me see if I can find it here. Spider-Man 2000 what if mode. The first game introduces you to, first of all, the first game has what's his name in it? Stan Lee introducing Spider-Man. And then, but yeah, there's different costumes in the game. I'm gonna pull this up and talk about it. There were different costumes in the game that you could get, and some of them you could get by cheat codes, but you had to like find them in the game or find like comic books in the game. And what was the code again? Oh yeah, you had to put in his name. Yeah, not being able to walk on the streets did suck. Yeah, that's true. Magician for 2 says, but could Spider-Man survive in the Ba? Well, I would assume it depends on what kind of spider he is. If he's one of those trapdoor desert spiders, well, of course he could. He's genetically evolved to survive in that kind of a situation, just like I am.
What if?
Thank you, No Time for Games. I appreciate it.
Some of the events unfolded differently. Some of the differences are grand, some minor.
So, like, that's one, like, the Fantastic Four building. I think the Fantastic Four building's in the game, and there's a comic book on it. But if you go play it in the What If mode, like, Johnny Storm is on top of the building. There's, like, a bunch of, like, silly shit as well in there. Like, but this game has so many different fucking people in it. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Like, yeah, there's a room that you can break into. And if you go inside of it, it starts a dance party. Yep, you could get a Peter Parker that just didn't have any fucking shoes on. Yep, then you get the Spider-Man, like, the 2049 or 2099 costume. 24.99. I can't think right now. Yeah, this game had like everybody. It has a cameo from the Punisher, who's trying to kill Spider-Man at one point. It has a cameo from Daredevil in it. Yeah, this game had fucking everything in it. I forgot all about this. At one point, there's like the final level of this game is you running away from. Oh yeah, they have Mysterio in the game. You have to do a Mysterio boss fight. There's a point in the game where you have to Dr. Octopus, who's the main bad guy of the game. Wow, there's Black Cat. That's wild. The infinite webbing symbiote suit or the silver spider. Oh yeah, dude. Yep. 20.99. Thank you. 24.99. That's fucking wild, dude. Never saw the dance party Easter egg. Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, at one point, when you fight, Dr. Octopus gets infected by a symbiote, and then it becomes like an evil version of Doc Ock. But yeah, this is the room. This is the final boss fight room if you play it on What If mode. But once again, you had to unlock it to get to it.
Your symbiote's not gonna save you this time.
Oh yeah, and then you can meet the sub. I forgot about that. Yeah, you meet the sub. You can see the Submariner outside. Uh-oh. Did my stream just crash? I guess my stream crashed for a little bit. That was weird. Oh, I'm dropping frames all of a sudden. Huh. Weird. Yeah, I am just randomly dropping frames for a second. I guess it was too good to be true. Thank you, Jose Taco. Yes, you are correct about Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't know. My thing crapped out for a second. I don't know why it did that. That was weird. Nope, my thing just dropped for a second. It looks like it's back to normal. But if it's going to do that now, it's probably going to keep doing it. So I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Me, Myself, and I appreciate that, bro. Sound design behind video. Yeah, you might have to refresh to do that. To fix that. But you know what? I think that is an excellent time to call it. Because it is now midnight. My birthday is over. I'm sorry I couldn't hang out with you guys a lot longer. That was my hope, was to do an all-day stream to celebrate my birthday. Obviously, that didn't work out. So maybe I'll do like a post-birthday stream tomorrow or something like that just to make up for it. We're going to raid somebody. I don't know who we're going to raid, though. Boost Mobile strikes again. That's fucking wild, dude. Let's see. Who are we going to raid today? We're going to raid... We're going to raid Quarter Black Garrett. We're going to raid Quarter Black Garrett. Go show it to him. Guys, I appreciate you. If I can stream tomorrow, during the day, I will, before Tuesday night's main event. If not, I'll be on Tuesday night's main event. Go check it out. Then we'll do a Tuesday night cooldown after that. Should be a good time. I thank you for all the birthday wishes. Okay? I really do appreciate it. I have said this many times before, not trying to sound like a fucking whiny bitch, but I am going to sound like it. birthdays are not easy for me all the time. I'm not a huge fan of my birthday. I'm not a huge fan of talking about my birthday, but it means the world to me when you guys are just sit in love. Thank you for all the generosity today with all the super chats, the Streamlabs donations, the gifted memberships, the recommitments, and thank you for coming and hanging out with me on my birthday. It means a lot. You make my birthday much better, make it special, being able to hang out with you guys, and that means a lot to me. Make it clap.
The clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate the hell out of you. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Go show our boy Quarterback Garrett some love. Hey, DeBeast, appreciate you, man. Hoali la Hanu Palala. Hope I said that right. We're not sending love. That's gay. No, I want the love. Send me all the love. Thank you, Gamer Girl. I appreciate you. No, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your night. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, take it easy. Show Garrett some love, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.